here at Kajun Reseller, if you give me an offer, and I'll take it with no problem. I got an offer. I got the dollars. Let me have it, please. I got the dollars. Let them have it. You got the dollars? We got the offer? Let them have it with no problem. Let them have it.
Hello. Good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing on this GIF?
Good morning, guys. It's fantastic to see you.
What you said you call them today?
Today is Fantastic Friday.
Hallelujah. First in the house to get that 5 point this morning is Miss Lucky Charms, Miss Wendy. Hello. Good morning.
It's great to see you this morning.
By the way, because as of this morning, she has 95 subs and 5 away from getting that 100. So let's see if we can get on getting that over 100 for her.
That's right.
Not next week. She's got working on. Let's see. Robert in the house. Good. Everyone. Hello. Because I've been back and forth. And it's a little conversation going on. I got a message. So what is your plans for the day?
All right. First of all, I got to finish getting this thumbnail stuff ready for the Fantastic Friday video. Well, what? It's going to be great. It's not quite as goofy as most of my videos. It's a little bit straight.
You tamed it a little bit?
Yeah, that's right. And then I've got to get out some packages. And then I think I'm going to go do some thrifting. I'm going to go ride around and see if I can find some good deals.
Right. I want to say hello, and welcome, Miss Trish. That's Nana Think Treasures. Hello, and good morning.
Good morning, Miss Nana Tink. I watched your show last night. That was fantastic. Had a lot of fun.
I'm going to have to watch something on the replay because I went to bed. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was good.
I usually try to wake up. I try to stay up a little bit and watch it, but I just couldn't last night. Nana, what is the ongoing products you may have going on your show this weekend or anything going on special? Also today is Mr. Flipping Accounting. Mr. Justin, how are you doing today, Justin?
Good morning. It's great to have you this morning.
Yeah, we were talking about having the comments and questions in reference to taxes, remember?
Yeah, that's right.
He's writing early in the chat today.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we will be having him on a little bit there when if anybody has any questions about taxes, what you should be doing with a business, more of what you need to do when starting a business, especially when you're doing it. It's still considered a business with eBay if you turn it into a business. So he'll come and answer some questions that you may have as far as I know we had a conversation this week. It was busy. He said he would try to come today to where if anybody had any kind of particular questions on what to do and how to get started on it, he would help us a little bit.
Yeah.
The show last night was hysterical on Trish and Victoria's channel. Oh yeah, I couldn't stay up last night. There was no way.
Yes, it was a good show. They had some crazy comments about going skinny dipping and all kind of stuff.
You just never know what questions are gonna come up on that wheel.
Yeah.
Yep. Hello, and welcome, Mr. Stephen Madden in the house. I watched his other video he just put out. If you like Bible reading studies, he does that, and it's very enjoying. I love it.
Okay.
I watched last one this morning. I was up since 1:30 this morning. I was watching a few replays on some videos and watched a little here and there. Watched his for this morning. So yeah, great little Bible study thing he does each video.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So you have any goals set for the weekend?
Make some money.
I hear that.
Make some money. Sell some stuff. I would like to. I've got an actual burn pile back here behind
Thank you,
my
Nana.
And I would like to tackle it and get it all burnt down and get it done and get some. I need to spend some time with the family, and that's really good to do is to get out there and burn together because everybody likes burning. And they like getting out there and spending time together like that. So the problem I have is it has been raining here the last 2 days. So it may be a Sunday evening type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it'll dry out enough where I can burn it all. But just clean up around the property a little bit, get it ready for spring. and get everything. Which I have a lawn care crew. They come out here and they cut the grass and stuff. But
Right.
I'm gonna get it kind of picked up and get it ready for them. That way they can
Yeah, you
start
have all that
around.
fall cleaning the yard and all the leaves and branches and all that good stuff.
Yeah, get all that stuff done.
Sell for me, Mr. Steven says.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. I actually made quite a bit of money yesterday on eBay, so that's always good. For some reason, my sales have picked back up, and I am making more sales. Of course, I've been listing more too.
Right.
So, and that's one of the reasons why I need to go sourcing today, is because even if I got to do retail arbitrage or whatever, then however long it takes me today, I got to get some inventory built up.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, I've been trying to buy stuff from auctions, but it's just the stuff that I see in the auctions. I just don't know whether or not I can uh, sell it for more money than what I pay for it, and a lot of the stuff in auctions is good stuff. Don't get me wrong. I see a lot of cool stuff, but like most of the stuff that I see is jewelry and things like that. And I just don't know anything about jewelry. So, but good morning, Dana.
Hello, and welcome and good morning, Mr. Dana in the house. Good morning.
What's up? I love hearing you sing,
We're
ma'am.
going to be listing today, and we have a meetup tomorrow. Today, I'm going to be, like I said, I got 33 items ready, drafted, and pictures taken. I just got to put them together now. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing a meetup with Miss Carol at Carol's Creative Corner and Susanna at Susanna's Chronicle, and we're going to be meeting up at Ollie's because we need to get some stuff from there. And it's about a 45-minute ride from. And so usually when we do that, we go do our shopping at the same time and cut up in the store kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's awesome.
At tomorrow.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then this week, and like I said, I want to get those done and get on my next step of drafts and pictures ready for the next go round. I am here hanging in there. Okay, wait. I'm in here hanging. Let me know when you want me to jump on in for a bit. Okay. We're going to see if we get a couple more questions in here. We'll get you to come in and answer those at one point. Is there any way to contact you privately? We'll have him answer all that in a few minutes. Okay, Wendy?
Yeah,
Yeah, you can get your questions together, and we'll ask him when he's on. We don't want to take up too much of his time because he's a busy man. He did give us the honor to be able to come on a little bit and answer some of the questions that we may have. We'll just wait a little bit more for others to come in, because that way he can answer all everyone's question in case if everybody has all the same as far as the questions that we that everybody has.
That's right. Absolutely.
Especially, I know a lot of people are a little worried about what you got to do, what you have to take care of, and that kind of thing. So we'll jump in a little bit as soon as we get more people in here and with more questions. Don't forget the questions, and we'll cover it for them.
Yeah, make sure you're doing everything legal and the right way.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Well, because there's a lot of people who've never done business before, and so they don't know exactly what they have to do or what they need to do.
Yeah.
So that's one of the other things we can find out as far as I think you had the question about what you have to have and follow on a checklist. Yeah.
Well, the way I mean, like you said, there's a lot of nerves, a lot of stress whenever you first start up a business. You know, I want to do it right, but I have no idea what I need to do. So it's a great thing to do is to get somebody that has a better clue.
Right.
To get
in. If you don't get your answers as well, Angie Resell has done a couple of videos with question and answers when it comes to taxes because she does that as well.
Yeah.
It depends by state, but the majority of it is pretty much the basics.
Yeah.
Hello, and welcome, Miss Iris.
And that's
what I suggested on one of the channel videos that you went and commented on, and it doesn't matter if you're late or not, baby. I'm just glad to see you here when you can make it.
That's right.
And sometimes it's maybe too early. Thank you for making comments on the video. Cha-Cha from the Junkin' Data Girl in the house. Hello, Cha-Cha. Good morning, GIF.
Good morning.
Yes.
Yeah, that's like you said, a lot of the stuff that we cover, you got to watch out because it does vary state to state. So, I mean, what's going on in Texas legally may not be the same thing that Florida requires.
Well, you have your state and federal, so you got to make sure you know what is federal because that's all over. Then you have to worry about your state. Then you have to worry about your county or parish because I know Louisiana has parishes. So you have to make sure you cover that as well.
But we can go through and cover the basics and kind of get an idea of what we need.
Right.
And that way we can write it down and we can go to our local entities and figure out what it is we need here in our county and stuff. Because see, like our county, the county that we're in, I know that if you do any kind of business or whatever, the first thing they require is a DBA, and which don't make any sense because you don't legally have to have a DBA, but our county requires it. So
ours says the same thing. It's not just state to state. It is town to town and county to county as well. Yes.
Yeah, that's like I say, our county requires a DBA, and 99% of counties don't.
Right.
But our counties, they get money every way they can. Okay.
Always. Exactly.
I mean,
that's typical.
I've got 3 dogs, 3 pups, and I've got to register them every 6 months, and I got to pay $25 to register them, and most of them it's once a year, and
that's what I do here. It's once a year.
Yeah.
And I just go to the county courthouse.
Yeah.
The city hall area, and I just got to make sure what it is that they'll send me the paper to come and they take care of it. They'll do the updates at the end of the year, like say December time frame. We'll get a letter. I have to go through it, make sure everything's correct. There's no changes, and then submit it, and then they'll send me the letter when it's ready for me to go get their tags.
Yeah, that's right. But see, that's like we got to do our dogs every 6 months.
Per dog. I think it's either $5 or $10 per dog. So yeah.
Yeah. Ours is $25 a dog.
And then plus you have to make sure you have your rabies shots and all that stuff for the dog. So that's part of the making sure you have all their immunizations up and that kind of stuff. So that's pretty good. They do have it in the county because there's a lot of people that have dogs around here that just don't care. They don't walk them on leash and anything like that. Hello. Good morning, Tommy the Bargain Effect, Tommy 2.0.
What's up?
Yes,
Tommy?
Everyone. The Mask Singer Friday night tonight.
It's tonight, babe. It's tonight, babe.
Yeah, definitely went and look at it. It's interesting how they had like I think 70, it's over 70 votes this time, so it's getting bigger.
That's good.
Definitely, yeah.
That's good.
Here in Florida, DBA is just a social security with your back.
Is your social security number with your back?
Okay. Well, it's a different number, but it's like a social security number. Hello. Good morning, Mr. Justin Jacobs. How you doing this morning? Hello. Also, remember, today we're going to be having tax day questions. If you have any questions, make sure you write them down because Mr. Flipping Accounting, Justin, will come in a little bit, and we'll have a little question and answer session. He is very busy, so he did say he would be glad to come in and answer any questions you may have, whether it's what you need to do to start a business, what you should be having, what you should take care of as a business.
Yeah.
He will try to answer your questions the best that he can. And he will let us know when it's time. Hello, mine, bad. That was so yeah, definitely write your questions down, and when it's time, we'll go ahead and he'll come on and we can answer some questions that you may have about taxes. A lady I used to know would put her dog in the doggy daycare, had shots to have his shots, and so he could play with the other dogs. And another thing too, when you go to depending on where you go, some doggy daycares require other type of shots. You always have to make sure you have that because they do have to make sure that they're not with. I want to say it's a Bordetella.
Yeah, a Bordetella shot. That's right.
Hello, Miss Jules.
Yeah, here you cannot board a dog unless it has the Bordetella shot.
Yeah. Miss Jules, she was the first one to watch my cooking channel video that came out today. Thank you so much, Miss Jules. I will go back and make a comment. Here we use our social security number as our tax ID number. Wow.
That's awesome.
That is interesting.
We have to have an actual tax ID number. We have to go through the comptroller's office.
Comment.
Taxes are a lot of fun, right, everyone? Yeah.
Yeah. I like I said, I always ask my tax lady as far as what we need to do, what if there's any changes. I put everything on a spreadsheet, bring it to her, and she tells me what she can and can't use, and then she tells me what I need to change. How many changes I need to take care of for the next year. My friend got her dog shots right at the doggy daycare. Yeah, because some of them do that, depending on where you go. Philly Flipper. Hello. How are you doing, Paul?
Good morning, buddy.
James, Empathy Adventure. Hello.
It's great to have you this morning.
They wouldn't let him stay. Oh, sorry. Well, you looked too many doorknobs. That's probably why. So again, if you have any tax questions, go ahead and write them down and get ready for a little bit when we'll have Mr. Justin, the flipping accounting. He will come on and answer some questions whenever when he has time. You know, he's a busy man, but said he would come on for a little while. Hello, Mr. Flipping Sports Guy. How are you doing this
Good morning.
Good to see you. I think his name is Paul as well. I don't remember his name.
I am having a hard time waking up this morning.
You didn't have a lot of coffee? Still breathing probably from oh yeah.
I hadn't had
Johnny
any coffee.
gave you a shout out in my video this morning. Make sure you check it out. Oh, thank you, Paul. I'm going to go check it out.
That's right.
I've always sent SS numbers things I think is going to be LLC. Years since I'm really ramping up to 2021. I hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. Yeah, it's something. And then you really find out who else has it, and it's like they're going through so much. So, you have to definitely keep everybody in your thoughts and prayers when it comes to that.
Yeah.
And then I know Robert was looking into the stages, like when you can get the COVID shot. So we can hear when we'll be able to sign up for those. Might be part of my way you can't wake up. Right? Yeah. People just have that problem. They can't. What's your first name again? Oh, that's Justin. Jules. Wings of Love. Hello, and welcome. So good to see you.
Yeah.
There's Wolf Toy, Mr. Jerry. Hello, and good morning.
Jerry's in the house.
Yeah. What day is it?
It's Fantastic Friday.
You almost forgot already, huh?
I almost said it's Hump Day.
That's the wrong day.
Wrong day. Today's Fantastic Friday, guys. Woohoo!
And by the way, Tammy, I believe, is Wings of Love.
Yeah.
Am I correct? Yeah.
That's right.
He had just announced they are going to be going well. CDC guidelines. Smokers are now 1A category for vaccine. Interesting. Good morning, Moon Goddess Treasures. Hello, and welcome. Good to see you.
I don't smoke.
He's all ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, I need some coffee or something.
I
don't always drink coffee, but sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't need to drink coffee. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, all by myself. And this morning,
who is Tammy and who is Crystal? Crystal must be Moonstone Goddess.
Moonstone Goddess. I like that name.
Yeah, I do too.
Good name.
So, if you have any questions about taxes or anything you may need to do with starting a business, go ahead and jot them down because we're going to be having Justin from the Flipping Accounting come on. He said that he would give us a little bit of his time today. He is very busy, but he did say he would come on and give us a little bit of advice and or at least what you should be thinking of doing and where to go check on specifics on taxes.
That's right.
Let's see. It's weird. It's weird for vaccine. Trying to get straight answers, but yeah. We've been trying to find things like that on the actual website of our state website. Yeah. Yes, tomorrow Jerry's. We're gonna think it's more than 2 parts. Tomorrow's part 2 of Jerry's final auction. We all have a little thing going, thinking it's going to be more than 2, but we'll see what happens tomorrow.
You think he's got more stuff than what he realizes?
Oh yeah, we don't even think he made a major dent.
Yeah,
because in the video he showed previews on. Paul did a preview video. And there was still a lot. So, yeah. Great deals to be had by everybody. I know. Right. I was able to snag some good deals.
I was too.
And the best thing about it, if you spend over 50, you got free shipping. So, it would be hard to do there.
Yeah, that's right. Well, me and Jerry worked out this deal to where he bought some stuff for me. And he said, we'll just wait till after my auction. That way, whenever you buy stuff from him or I buy stuff from Jerry, then we'll just call it even. And I said, okay, cool. So
and they call that bartering.
And I think he got a better deal because the shipping cost me almost $17. So
let's see. I called the VA office here in Michigan for an appointment for vaccines. They ran out already. They'll call me back in 2 weeks. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Jerry says, "Oh, I have a much more. Tomorrow will be the last part." Okay.
All right.
We'll check that out.
That's
I need
right.
the double notifications for that one. Yeah, you're right. So Justin, if you want to come in, the link is in the blue box above. If anybody has any questions, you want to write them down. This will be the perfect time when he can come in. He'll come in when he's ready. Have some questions written down if you have any questions about taxes or what you should have for your business. If you're just starting out or you're thinking about starting out, at least it'll give you an idea of a little bit of what you need to do, what you need to have, and where you need to go. He will be there to answer some of our questions again to the best of his ability of what he can and cannot tell us, in the way he. So I'll just get your questions ready for when he comes on. Let's see. I think Jerry's last auction was his last auction. Oak furniture liquidation. Oh, okay. Speaking of that, I watched Renee's bargain. What's his bargain hustler? I think his name is now on his YouTube channel. They having to close down their business because they bulldozing the buildings down and trying to get into a apartment. So they did their last announcement of everything in the thrift store they have. It's called Bargain Effects. They're going to be doing everything. Maybe bargain hustlers or something like that. They're going to be bulldozing it all down and making apartments. So he's got everything in the store. Bargain hunter. Thank you, Robert. I knew it was something.
That's right. Bargain hunter.
So they're going to be liquidating everything. They got to be out by the end of May or beginning of April. They're trying to get out by April 1st. So anybody that goes and travels and goes to their place, they're going to get a 25% off on all items in the thrift shop.
Yeah.
All right, one here is Justin. He is our little ask questions kind of thing, but he can only give us what he thinks is best for us, but nothing that is going to get us in trouble for sure.
That's right.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing today? Keeping busy, huh?
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
I'm blessed.
Fantastic.
So if you do have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. If you would put at Justin or at Kajun Roots so we can see it, that way we can answer your questions for you. This way here, he can go ahead and try to answer them to the best of his ability. I will go to the one I saw first up here. I know. Let me find it.
I'll get my notepad ready for all the great information.
Oh, goodness. Don't build me up too much now.
I was just going to say that. Hope I can catch it up here without missing it where it was.
Good morning, everybody.
Oh, yeah, it was up here. Here we go. We'll start with the one I did see here. And if you have any questions, like I said, put them in the chat and put at Kajun or just in the flipping accounting so we can see the question. It'll highlight it for us.
Sure.
The first question that I see that was from Wendy, the Lucky Charm, says, how much do you need to have in sales tax before you have to pay taxes? I know that answer, but I'm going to let him answer that one.
Yeah, I mean, so technically, the IRS really wants you to pay taxes on everything. So, I mean, if this is going to be a business for you and not just a hobby, then it would be important to, record your sales numbers. It's pretty much like after the first dollar, they want you to collect it. I mean, according to them, they want you to collect sales. Like if you have a garage sale, they want you to collect those sales figures and report taxes and stuff like that. I mean, most people don't do that, right? But if you're going to do this for a business and it's not a hobby or whatever, you should report your sales as income, so you have an accurate reporting of what your income is at the end of the year. Plus, I mean, that's beneficial to be honest and forthright with that kind of information anyways, in case you do turn it into like a full-time business or you want to apply for loans or get a credit card or whatever. Then you want to show an accurate history of your sales reports.
Yeah. Hey, before we go any further, let everybody know what you do. For example, some people may not know you because there are some people here, and so that way. And then again, he was in the chat during the week when we started asking these type of questions.
Sure.
It take his time to be able to come today because he was not as busy as during the week was. So if you do have questions, please put them in the chat for us, and he'll get them as best as we can. We don't want to keep them too long, but at least get some of your questions and thoughts that you have about something in case he can answer it. I'll tell you how to or where to find your answers if he doesn't have the answers for you directly. So he's going to go ahead and tell you a little bit about himself, and then we'll go for the next question.
Sure. My name is Justin, and I am a CPA, which stands for Certified Public Accountant. I have a master's degree in accounting, and I also have a bachelor's degree in finance. So I know a little bit about money and the proper ways to, budget it. I'm really good at spending it too. As an Amazon reseller, I sell on Amazon, eBay, Facebook Marketplace, Mercari, Poshmark, all those fun different platforms. And I do that part-time, and I try to make some YouTube videos in my spare time, but I work full-time, and out of privacy for the company that I work for, I won't disclose where I work, but I am licensed. I live in Alabama, and I can do my best to try to answer some questions for you guys. I can't give specific advice, but I can give you general information, and if I don't know, I can point you in the right direction. The bad part about talking to an accountant or a CPA is their favorite answer is depends. It depends, because everyone's situation is different. Everyone has a different, circumstance that they're in. And, it's possible that depending on who you talk to, you may get a different answer, because some tax professionals or, places that help you file stuff, they may be more aggressive with how you can take deductions or expenses and stuff like that. And I'm more of a conservative person. I try to stick with what's clearly within the bounds of reasonableness, because I don't want stuff to get flagged for review unnecessarily.
Right. Yeah. All right. So the next question we have here is from Iris. If you're using something other than your own name in a business, do you need a DBA?
I don't know if need is the right word, but I do definitely think it's a good idea. Getting a DBA, then, in case you don't know, a DBA, stands for doing business as, and then you can register doing business as this company name or this person or this organization or whatever. So like if you're trying to claim a name for your business or, your YouTube or content creator, it would be best to register something like that. That way you actually have it in writing. And that way somebody can't, take that name from you. So,
right.
Plus now, then you can like accept checks and payments as that DBA.
Right. Yeah. Now let me ask you this, because I know there are some people that we talked about where they do an entity, and then other businesses are doing business as under that entity. Is that the right way to do it?
And again, it depends like how you want to structure things. You don't have to have a company. You don't have to have an LLC or an S corp or any of that stuff. You can if you want to, and it's advised, like if you're going to try to make this like a professional thing, trying to make extra money or having a business structure can protect your personal assets. Because anyone that's in the chat right now, I mean, I'm assuming most of us are resellers or they sell stuff part-time or whatever. And if you don't have a company or a corporation, then most likely you're a sole proprietor, which basically means you're selling stuff and that you're claiming that money on your taxes. But that also means that you're 100% liable if you sell something and somebody gets hurt.
Right.
So
that brings you to the next question. They need to have insurance.
Do you need to have insurance
when you're having those type of liabilities?
Right. Well, some platforms actually require you to have insurance, like Amazon. If you're a professional seller, they require you to, I think, have like $2 million worth of liability insurance. I'd have to check their terms and policies, but I do believe they require it. Although they don't request verification, they do require it. I don't think eBay requires it, but again, it's a good idea if you're selling products that somebody could use to hurt themselves. And you never know. It would be best to protect yourself and your assets and your family and all that kind of stuff. So getting liability insurance is a good idea. Plus, I mean, it's a business expense, a tax write-off, if you will, and it's necessary. It's there's not really a good reason not to, I guess.
Right. Okay. Backroad Bidder, that's Chuck. He says, do you have a spreadsheet or something that you use for sales and expenses, or do you rely on what eBay provides?
I'm kind of an Excel nerd. I build my own spreadsheets. I use it to track my inventory and my eBay and Amazon stuff. And usually when I buy stuff, I build a spreadsheet and just kind of fill it out there. Other people everyone has their own method. I've heard people using, I think GoDaddy bookkeeping when they sell stuff, like they keep track of it in there. Other platforms, like if you use Amazon, some of their programs, I think Inventory Lab, that helps you keep track of stuff. But I don't do a ton on Amazon, or I'm sorry, I don't do a ton on eBay. So I don't know if there are any like good apps for eBay, but building a spreadsheet, even on Google Sheets is a good way to go. And you can access it from your computer or your phone, and you can update it on the fly if you're out sourcing, and you really want to keep track of what you're paying for the stuff or where you found it. Just type it in on your phone, and then you can make edits to it later.
Well, with GoDaddy Bookkeeping, I know personally because I use GoDaddy Bookkeeping, and I also use Google Sheets. GoDaddy Bookkeeping and eBay will link up together, and it will automatically take all of your information from eBay and put it into GoDaddy. So you don't have to do the transfer. And nice. It's super handy, and it keeps up with it's not as advanced like QuickBooks and stuff like that's more advanced, but if you're just trying to get a generic idea of what you've got, then GoDaddy Bookkeeping is a good solution.
Well, I know on eBay they even have a spreadsheet you can actually download, even including your sales in your inventory. Right. I personally use a spreadsheet. I use my own spreadsheet with Excel, and I do all those spreadsheets from there. Of course, again, your taxes, state or local, has to be different from your state, so you definitely have to check into that as well. No taxes, Superman income. Okay, we have another question.
That was pretty good.
If you have some personal taxes due from last year but started reselling last year, will creating an LLC be better to limit the problems getting going forward to hopefully in last year for the business?
Okay, let me take this apart. Let me see if I fully understand the question here.
Yeah.
If you have some personal taxes due from last year but started reselling last year, will creating an LLC be better to limit the problems going forward? And hopefully last year's for the business. Let's talk about like structuring for a second. Most people, when they create a business, if you create an LLC or something like that, you want to separate your finances. You want to separate your LLC from your personal stuff, because that will pretty much like enable you to get that protection. Because what happens is if you commingle your finances, that becomes something that we call piercing the corporate veil, and then you lose the protections of an LLC. Now, if you owe taxes from last year and you can't afford to pay them, I would file anyways. Like just file, and you can file an extension, or you can talk to the IRS and request help or whatever. They would rather set you up on a payment plan. They would rather know that you're not going to try to avoid the taxes. And the longer you wait or try to avoid that kind of stuff, the more penalties and fees that you're going to accrue.
Yes.
So, we want to be honest and forthright with our taxes and with being transparent with everything as much as we can. So, try to get it taken care of before the tax date if you can. And then if not, I would file anyways, even if I couldn't pay the taxes, and just either try to set up a payment plan or just get it filed and then worry about paying it at, when you can, because the longer you wait, like the more fees and stuff are going to accrue. So, but yeah, moving forward, if you were to create a LLC, I would keep my finances separate and do my best to keep up on it. What most people do or don't do, I guess, is like during their first year of reselling, they just kind of, sell stuff. And then the next year they go, oh, well, I have to pay taxes on it. Well, going forward, what they require you to do, or what you should do, is make quarterly estimated tax payments. So let's say that, let's say I pay $1,000 in taxes for last year. What they'll expect you to do is quarterly, you'll have to make like $250 tax payments, which if you don't do it, then you get assessed fees and penalties and stuff like that on the next year. But it's beneficial to you because then you don't have to worry about a huge tax bill the next year because you're already making those estimated payments.
Right. Yeah.
Also, when you're doing your taxes, though, if you're doing your business, I know this is what I do on mine. When I turn all my tax paperwork to the tax prep person, we do what's called the Schedule C on the business, but they do everything together on my taxes, but it's kept separate with the different Schedule C.
Yeah.
That was more of a statement than a comment.
Oh man, I started talking and everybody ran away. I don't see any more questions.
I know, I'm looking.
All right.
So if you have any questions having to deal with taxes, or if you have any questions in reference to what you need to, or you think you might need or want to need to get into when starting a business, if you haven't started one yet, Justin is going to be here to help us with questions if you have any. I know I've been trying to say hello to everybody while he's talking. I was typing it in the chat, but I see Never Ending Saga Kevin came in. Hello, Kevin. Hello.
Yeah.
So if you have any questions or you have things you're curious about when it comes to taxes, doing your taxes, whether it's a business, how you should do it, go ahead and write your questions in the chat. And Justin said he would try to help you and answer them the best he can. And if he can, he'll direct you to where you can go to get those answers.
Okay.
Now, Justin, go ahead. I'm sure you said you had a question. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Say I am brand new and that I've never had a business before, and I'm completely clueless. Okay. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I want to start a business. Okay. What all documents would I need to legally operate my business, and kind of walk me through the steps of, from beginning to being legalized?
In other words,
so
it's more like a checklist of what he needs to be talking about. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, exactly.
So it just kind of depends on how in depth you want to get with your, with your taxes and your business structure and stuff like that. Because if you start, today, like I'm going to start a business, I'm going to start selling pens. I can start selling pens. Hooray! I'm a sole proprietor. Now I'm a business. I'm selling stuff. So I haven't done anything yet. Right. But if you want to have if you want to have your business set up, structured so you're protected with liability and all that kind of stuff, you want to register for an EIN number.
Yeah.
If your county or state requires to register for a DBA, some states or municipalities will require you to have a DBA before you can register for a business name. Right. Like in Alabama, I believe that's what they required me to do. Like I had to register my business name, and then I used my business name to apply for my company name or my LLC. So it's like on all of my paperwork, everything links together, because like I'm registered. I have a DBA. I have my company name. I have my LLC, and then everything flows into the IRS's tax system too. So. Yeah. And I'm not saying you have to start an LLC, but an LLC is a great place to start, in my opinion. If you're going to take this seriously, if you're going to, if you want to protect yourself, or if you're selling products that you think might hurt or injure another person, and you never know, because people are clumsy and they can hurt themselves with anything.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
So you want to register, you want to get an EIN, an LLC. If that's important to you, you don't have to. You can be a sole proprietor. You could just do a DBA, which is just a doing business as, so you can accept checks and payments as that entity.
Right.
Insurance, liability insurance is a great way to go. And I would start by recording your expenses like as you make them. And like if you keep up with it, because a lot of people are scrambling right now because their taxes are due soon, and they're like, oh, I don't remember what I bought, I don't remember what I paid. Does this count as an expense? Is this not? Well, if you start keeping good records now, you can, it'll make your life so much easier next year when you're doing taxes.
Yeah, that's right.
So, plus it's important to figure out what your state requires. Every state is different. Every state has different laws, and it also might depend on the platform that you're selling on, because some platforms require you to directly register with them, or to provide your tax information to them, so they can report it the correct way.
That's right, and that's like my personal county. They require me to get a DBA before I do anything else.
Mm-hmm.
And that's number one. And if you're wondering about how much all this stuff costs, a DBA in my county is only $10. And so it's super cheap. And once you get that DBA, then nobody else can come by in your area and take your name. Now, that's not saying federally they can't, but in your state, they can't. If you've already got that name set up, then, and somebody else decides that they want to start a business in that name too, then you can go back and technically you can take whatever's theirs and say, no, you can't do that because it was already claimed and I've got legal documentation proving that I had it first.
Right.
So it's just to cover you basically.
Right.
But yeah, that's good. Because like I say, whenever I first started up my businesses, which I've had several businesses in the past, so I've had to learn trial and error. I wish I had somebody that I could have talked to and said, hey, look, you need to do this and you need to get this and you need to make sure you got insurance on this. And I mean, something else too is whenever I first started, I thought, as long as I collect my receipts, I'm good. And that's not actually the case, because there's so many other things that you need to do. You need to, every time you spend money, you need to document it. Mm-hmm. Every time your money goes out or anytime money comes in, you need to document it. And that way, no matter what happens at the end of the year, whenever tax season comes around, you've got, I spent this much money, but I made this much money, and then this money went out. And your CPA or whoever you have doing your taxes, it's so much easier on them. And it's better for you all the way around.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you can do to make your life easier when it comes to tax time, you should start doing right away. And the thing is, like, if you go, just try to give you a tip to try to save some money, but if you hire a CPA and you bring them a shoebox full of receipts, okay, they're going to charge you $50 or $70 an hour, whatever it is that their going rate is. They're going to charge you that rate, whether they're sorting receipts, whether they're building an expense sheet, or whether they're filling in your tax numbers. Like, they're going to charge you the same rate for every hour. So, do yourself a favor, take the time to go through your receipts, get yourself organized, get your expenses organized, try to get everything as organized as you can be before you request help from somebody, so you don't actually need to take up a ton of their time.
Right. And pay more out of your bill.
Plus that it's beneficial to you to have a better understanding of how your business is or how your business is running and whether or not you're actually making money. Because if you're not, then it's a hobby, and it's, and hobbies can be fun, but is it really worth your time or your energy?
Right. Exactly.
All right. Anyone who may have questions about taxes or your business that you have questions about, you may need to know for your business, go ahead and write it in the chat. And that's what Justin's here for today, to give us a little bit of his time and answer the questions as soon as he can. We don't want to take up too much of his time, but we'll also make sure we get all the questions asked answered for you. So if you do have anything that you're interested in knowing, go ahead and write it in the chat, and we'll get to it as soon as we can. Here's your next question from the Flippin' Sports Guy, and I believe that's Paul. It says, if you start an LLC mid-year, can you use that for the entire year when it comes to the taxes, or is it split up based on the date you created it?
Kind of like prorated.
That one I'm not 100% sure about, because when you put all your information in for your taxes, I'm not sure if there's a question that says that, did you operate this as a business for the whole year, because it will ask for your business information. So I'm not sure what the benefits are of prorating it, or what you're trying to, what you're after here. Are you kind of saying that you started one halfway through last year and you're curious if that'll count for the whole year? I'm not 100% sure what we're trying to get after for this question.
Yeah. All right. So if you don't mind, go ahead and restate the question if you don't mind, so he can definitely answer that for you. The next question, again, this is actually a statement, says keep logs, incomes, and expenses. The next question is from Kevin at Never Ending Saga. Can miles be written off while traveling to source? I know that answer, but I'm going to let you answer it.
Sure. So, did you say you wanted to answer it, Johnny?
No, I'm going to let you do it.
Okay. So there's two ways of claiming, auto expenses for your business. You can do actual expenses, or you can do the mileage, which seems to be more popular for sourcing, for reselling, stuff like that. Definitely, in my opinion, you definitely write off mileage for sourcing. If you go on a sourcing trip and you don't find anything, I mean, that's still a business expense. That's still, as long as you're keeping good logs, and there's multiple ways to keep good logs. You can just do like a paper log. You can use a program like MileIQ. There's various different ways you can keep track of that stuff, but it is important to keep track of that stuff, because if it ever gets questioned, you want it to be reasonable, and you want to have some sort of supporting documentation. So, it's definitely important to keep those logs for that reason. So.
All right, your next question is from Jules, R1J1 list. Jules, can I pay for my condo homeowners insurance and association fees from my business since I use like 90% of it for the business?
Since you use like 90% of it for your business. So you're saying that 90% of living at your condo is for your business? I feel like this is kind of a it depends question, but I'm leaning towards no, because you know, if you're working a business out of your home, then you would likely be able to claim a home office deduction. And I'm not sure if that would also cover the condo homeowners insurance association fee. That one I would have to research and look into. I'm leaning towards no, but I don't know for 100% for sure off the top of my head.
All right. And then the next question is from Wendy. Can a home office and shed for inventory be tax deducted?
Yeah, so generally speaking, if you're working out of a space out of your home that is dedicated to your business, there's a couple ways to calculate it, but you can take a home office deduction. There's a couple ways to calculate it. One of them is like square footage of your home. It's basically like a percentage, your square footage divided by your home, and then that's kind of like the percent that you would use. And as long as your calculations are reasonable, it's a good deduction to take. I take it for my business. I use my office for, my Amazon, my YouTube, different stuff like that. And I have, space in my garage that I also use. I'm not 100% sure if a shed would count, because that's not really a part, like it's not connected to your home and you're not paying mortgage on your shed. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think so. I would have to look into that one. But your house, I mean, definitely, if that's dedicated to your business space, then more than likely you'd be able to take a home office deduction.
All right. Or says it makes me glad that my license renews in January and I get to do it next week. Yeah, you usually have to do it, I think by January 31st in some places, or by January 15th. All depends on your area.
See, that's like whenever I was talking to my CPA, he told me, because I started the eBay selling and everything like that in my house. And because I didn't have enough room, I didn't have another building or anywhere like that to source from or to put my product in. So I was actually taking my living room, and I had one wall that was nothing but eBay stuff for sale. And then I ended up overrunning my bedroom with eBay stuff for sale. And he told me, he said, just figure up the square footage of how much of your house that you are using. And so I figured up like the area where my computer was at, and I figured up all the wall space, and it come to like 400 square foot or something like that. And he said, you can use that as a deduction. And that's something else too. What all can people deduct from? That way they can save as much money as they can. What are some deductions that people need to know about?
Sure. There's a lot of things that you can consider when you're doing resellings, trying to make extra money online, in really just having a business in general. There's a lot of expenses that go along with it. If you're selling online, you've got shipping supplies, boxes, tape, labels, all that kind of stuff, tools, equipment, new printer. If you buy a computer that's just for your business, it's likely you could take that as a deduction. If you're working from home, you could likely take a home office deduction if you have a space that's like dedicated to your business that is not being used for anything else. And that's, and that's how I keep my office, is that it's just for my business.
Yeah.
Mileage on your car, that's important. I was just double checking something, but meals and let me try it again. Meals, let's say while you're traveling or sourcing, if you keep track of your meals and stuff like that, then, if you're far enough away from your home that it wouldn't be reasonable for you to return home, then you could keep those receipts and write off a portion of your meals while you're traveling. And that's, it adds up. I mean, everybody's out there, you got to eat while you're sourcing, and may as well save a little extra money. But I think they increased it for 2021. as a tax deduction, because the past few years it's only been like 50% of meals and incidentals, but I think now it went up to 100%. So it's definitely important to keep track of those receipts.
Yeah,
That's right.
this is the second part of the flipping sports question that he asked earlier, and you had asked him to rephrase it. So I haven't started one yet. I was planning on at some point this year. So was just curious on how that would work, or how I work.
Okay.
And that was the question.
Okay, so he hasn't started an LLC yet. He's just curious how that's going to work, like moving forward. I gotcha. Yeah, I mean, you know, when you fill out your taxes, you'll have to put all of your business information in there. I don't think that they ask. I don't think that you have to fill out a percentage of the year of how, you know, how long you had the business. That one you'd have to follow the forms, but I don't think they ask for like a percentage or how long of the year you had it. But I mean, if you're going to do it, there's not much of a reason to wait. I mean, the sooner you get one, the sooner you be able to protect yourself and, you know, keep your assets separate. So if you were going to do it, I wouldn't wait, but that's just me.
Right. And then Wendy says that lunch, dinner, and networking with meeting up should be all tax deductions.
That sounds more like an opinion than a question, but
yeah.
But yeah, it's important if you're doing business meetings, or if you're, you know, taking a lunch for while you're sourcing or working on your business. When I keep the receipts, I write on the back of the receipt what the meeting was or what it was in regards to. That way I have supporting documentation, and then that way if it's ever questioned, I can say, oh, it was for this reason or for this purpose.
Yeah. Okay. Something else too. I've heard, now I don't know if this is legitimate or not, but like, since we have online businesses and we're doing stuff online, you can actually deduct your internet bill.
Yeah. You would be able to likely claim a portion of your internet or your cell phone. Since, you know, more than likely you're using your cell phone while you're sourcing, looking for eBay stuff or Amazon stuff, you know, a reasonable deduction for it, you know, say you use your phone 30% of the time or 50% of the time, if you really use it, and you could support that. Yeah. And that's pretty, you know, in my opinion, that's pretty easily supportable, because you do YouTube stuff, you do eBay stuff, your Amazon or whatever platform you're selling on. And we always use our phones for everything. So yeah, so cell phones, internet, those are common things to be able to write off, and as long as it's reasonable. You don't want to say, oh, I use my phone, you know, 90%, or I use my internet 90% for business, because that might be kind of hard to prove. That's not necessarily reasonable.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's what I heard. You know, I didn't know for sure or not, so I was just kind of.
Iris is making a statement. She says, my place, I can't use more than 10% of my house for the business. My lease doesn't allow home businesses through the home-based business. Okay. Yeah, some areas are different than others. Now, we do have a question here, or a statement that's basically a statement or a comment. I've heard that you do not have to. Okay, I'm going to read it like it is, because I know. I've heard that you do not have to pay taxes on items that you sell to a reseller.
Because the reseller is going to resell it, right?
Okay. So this seems more like a statement Brandon heard somewhere. Let's just go on the safe side and say that's probably not true.
Right.
Because the thing is, you know, the IRS, they want to collect, the thing is how it works. They want to collect sales tax from the final buyer. Okay. So if I go to the store and I buy a mouse, but I'm buying this for resale, then I would provide my business ID tax number, or my income tax number, whatever it is that I'm essentially pushing that tax away from. And when I sell it, you know, the platform I sell it on is going to collect the sales tax, and they're going to take care of it. So that's why a lot of people, you know, get an income tax number, is to avoid paying sales tax when they buy the item, because the IRS does, you know, they really only want to charge taxes when it goes to the final buyer.
Right.
And, you know, that's something that that's a benefit to having a business or to being to being a corporation or an LLC, because you can register for a sales tax ID number in your state. And then when you go to purchase stuff, you can provide a copy of your sales tax ID, and then you don't have to pay sales tax. But when you sell it, the platform that you sell it on should collect the sales tax for you.
So,
and a lot of people don't do this, and myself included. Sometimes I forget I have a sales tax ID number. Sometimes I forget to provide it. Some stores don't or won't accept it because they don't like resellers. Like, I don't think Target will accept it because they don't like resellers. They don't want you to buy their product and resell it to somebody else.
yeah. So what you're saying is, like, if I'm selling something to another person, I need to go ahead and collect the sales tax, because as far as I know, that's going to be the last person to buy it. But if they provide me with a tax ID number, then that's whenever I would not charge them sales tax.
You would have to, like, basically what businesses do is they take a copy of the sales tax ID and they keep it on file. Right. And, you know, and that's basically, that's what they do, is just to, because it's supposed to be, sales tax is only supposed to be collected by the final buyer or the final user. That's kind of how it works.
So whenever we set up an eBay account, I know whenever you're listing and everything, you can actually go through and you can set up, you know, what, like my state is Texas, and it's, I think, 6.25%. Then I set that up to where it automatically takes the sales tax, or do I just leave that out, and do I not set it up?
Yeah, so most states are becoming marketplace facilitator states, and that basically means that the online platforms will start to collect the sales tax and remit it for you. So if you have the option to opt in for that, I would opt in to make sure that they're collecting that sales tax and remitting it for you. That way you don't have to worry about that responsibility. Yeah. This has changed over the past few years, because the past few years, not every state had these laws, and people were concerned because they were like, what state do I have to register in? What state do I have to collect sales tax in? How many states do I have to pay sales tax in? Or how many tax returns do I have to file? And it was pretty crazy. But for better or worse, most states are starting to collect and remit sales tax for you, like under those certain platforms, or the states require it. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. That's good.
So if anybody has any kind of tax questions, or you have questions in reference to when starting a business, if you plan on starting a business, Justin is here for a little while to help us get those questions answered for you. But if you do have any comments or a question that you need to know about, if you're thinking about it, go ahead and ask it, and he will try to help you the best he can. He will also, if not know about it, he will direct you to where you need to go to get those correct answers in your local area. Lego Man was also asking in reference to the taxes, or he forgets to bring his tax ID when he goes to the shopping at antique malls or antique booths. If in my online store, I charge taxes when I get the payment, and I save the money out.
Okay. That's good, because the thing is, like, if you're collecting sales tax, that money is not yours. That money belongs to the state, or that money belongs to the federal government. And if you're collecting sales tax to pay them at another time, you want to keep that money separate in another pot or in another account, because you do not want to spend that money or not have that money when it becomes due, because then you're going to be in a bad way. That's a bad situation.
Right.
So
yeah, if you have any questions, make sure you put it in the chat so we can get your answer.
Yeah.
Hi, Trent.
I'm glad you're here, man. Like I say, you're clearing up a lot of stuff for a lot of people. And
yeah, I try. I like to give this little explanation, and I'll give it to you guys here. It's just kind of one of my things I like to harp on. But there's a difference between tax avoidance and tax evasion. Tax avoidance is the legal way of basically using all of the legal methods and strategies that we can to mitigate or avoid taxes in a legal and ethical way. So a CPA, or a tax company that's helping you with that stuff, they're going to try to help you avoid taxes as much as possible. And that's something that's encouraged by the IRS. So they want you to pay the right amount, and having a professional help you with that can help you determine, what that is by saving you as much as they can through legal means possible. Tax evasion is lying and committing fraud and lying on your tax returns, lying about your costs, your expenses, and all that stuff. We don't want to do that. That's against the law. There's no statute of limitations for fraud. That's the kind of stuff we want to, not do. We don't want to commit tax evasion. We want to fully endorse tax avoidance, which is the legal means of reducing your tax bill, ethically and following all laws that we can.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say, and this is my opinion, with me doing as much as I've been doing in business, if in doubt, keep the receipts and back up what you're using and claiming on your taxes.
Yes, absolutely.
Jenna has a question. So when you invoice someone, should I add taxes on their invoice, especially when you're doing online auction?
See, this is kind of an interesting situation because I see a lot of people doing the YouTube auctions, and I think I really think that's a neat platform. I think that's a neat way to sell stuff. I think we're kind of getting into a gray area where people may not be collecting sales tax when they should be, because you're not really like selling through a platform, right? Like you're not selling it through eBay or through Amazon where there's all these rules and laws to protect yourself or terms of service or whatever. It's just people selling it through their channel, and there's a lot of trust there.
Yeah.
You're trusting that the item that's being sent to you is the right item. You're trusting that it's in the right condition. You're trusting that you get paid on time and that people don't just stiff you. But for me to be conservative, I would collect the sales tax and remit it, just to be on the safe side.
Yeah, that's right.
The next question is from Forever Best Friends. That's Charlie. I forgot the last time I heard her name. Oh my Lord Jesus, I'm so sorry. How many years can you show a loss before you should just call it a hobby? Grace.
Yeah, I think that there is actually a law that talks about that. I think that's in the federal tax code. I think it's either 2 or 3 years that if you show a loss consecutively, then you're not a business anymore. Then you're a hobby. I'll look that up because I feel like that was one that I had to know off the top of my head. It's either 2 or 3 years. I'll look. Real quick.
Yeah.
Any Lego deals lately?
Any Lego deals lately, Brandon? Yeah, I drove to Tennessee last night to buy some Powerball tickets just because I think it's like $900 million today for the drawing.
Yeah, that's
might as well go get you a ticket. You never know.
Yeah, it may as well.
Maryland won the Powerball.
Yeah, I mean you can't you can't win if you don't play, right?
Exactly.
So I drove up to Tennessee and I was like, hey, I'm in Tennessee. I may as well just keep going. So I went to 3 or 4 Walmarts last night, and I think I spent about $700 or $800 on video games and Legos.
Wow.
I found a lot of clearance Legos, and I found a lot of clearance video games. If you guys are into reselling on eBay or Amazon, Walmarts are clearancing out their sports video games. I've found a lot for $5, and I've also found a bunch for 3 cents.
Okay. Oh, wow. Well, that's awesome. You can't beat 3-cent video game or Legos for that matter either. I mean, that's awesome.
Ours is making a statement. She says the last time she looked, it was 5 years for the business becoming a hobby.
Yeah, that's why I'm double checking, because I feel like there's a hard and fast rule there for the federal side of it. I was just trying to find some documentation here.
Right.
That's right.
And when you're ready, let me know. We've got another question coming up. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat. If it has anything to do with taxes or what you should file or what you should be doing and what you need to do as far as becoming a business, he's here to help us answer those questions for you. And if he doesn't, he'll get you the right way, directed to where you can find them.
Yeah, absolutely. Not to change subject, but guys, it's live. It's ready to go. Fantastic Friday. It's just a short 20-second clip that will give you some energy and some motivation to tackle today. And it's going to be a fantastic day, guys. It really is.
I've been putting in the chat when I see somebody coming in saying hello and good morning. But while I have a few minutes here, the last ones I see that came in that I didn't get yet was 2 Hip Chicks, Dawn and Mary. Hello, good morning. Lisa C. Hello. And I guess everybody. Oh, the Memman's here.
I'm really excited about this new video I just put out because it's I actually used some different software. I was using Fimora Go, and I found an app called UCut, and it's super simple to use. But
really, I never heard of it.
Fimora Go was whenever I'm talking, my voice and everything wasn't synced up right. So I ended up having to find a different software to use, and I found UCut, and it's will be a lot better video, guys. So I'm fixing to drop the link in the chat.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take some time to find the hard and fast rule. I'm finding some conflicting information. They're saying it has to be profitable in the last 3 of the past 5 years. And then some cases they'll say it depends, which, like I said, is an accountant's favorite answer. So I'll have to try to find the IRS publication just to, get me some support on my side on that. So
the next question is from Jennifer Haynes. She says, so if you're doing online auctions, you should add sales tax?
You're supposed to.
Should. The IRS wants you to collect sales tax on everything sold. So, should you collect sales tax at a garage sale? Should you collect sales tax on your sales Facebook marketplace and remit it to the state? I mean, I assume that you're doing all these things, Jennifer. Come on now. but I mean, I don't know if should is the right word, but the IRS wants to collect sales tax on everything that it's sold. So for me, being conservative, I would probably collect sales tax and remit it to the state. Is it likely you're going to get audited for your YouTube channel auction that you had last week where you had X amount of buyers and sellers? I mean, is it likely? No. But you also have a permanent record of it on YouTube. And then if they ever audit you and find that, you're making sales and not collecting sales tax, I mean, there's plenty of supporting evidence that you are making sales and not collecting sales tax. So for safety purposes and to be conservative, I probably would.
Yeah. Absolutely.
The next question is from Tony Mary from Two Hip Chicks. Are antique mall used to collect sales tax and pass it on to the booth owners to pay? This year they are collecting and paying the sales tax. So should she be doing it, or what does she have to do with that as far as them collecting the sales tax?
I mean, it sounds the way I read it, it sounds more like a statement. Like they used to do this and make us responsible, but now they do it and they pay the sales tax, which in my opinion, that's how it should be. I mean, you're consigning your stuff. They're taking a cut. They're making money off of you. The least they can do is collect the sales tax and remit it. I mean, that's
here's the other part of that question. She said, is there anything we need to do to make sure that we are not distinguished from the taxes?
Not dinged
for the taxes.
Yeah, not dinged for that tax. I mean, that's kind of a thing like between you and the antique company or the booth or whatever the place is that you're consigning stuff with. You would have to ask them and say, hey, are you collecting and remitting and paying sales tax? You can ask them for those records, but I doubt they're going to provide them, just because then they'd have to provide them to the 50 or 60 or 100 people that they have in the booth. That's kind of a trust thing. You're trusting that they're collecting that sales tax and paying it.
Right.
That one I think is going to be kind of hard for, to ask for that support, but I would rely that they are. But again, you could ask them and just say, hey, it's important that you collect and pay that sales tax. If you say you're going to do it and you're not doing it, then that's a problem.
Before we do this next question, I did have a question. I don't want to go too far and forget about it. When you were talking earlier about the question in reference to online auctions, and say, for example, you send something on, or even on eBay, and you send something in and it breaks or it's damaged during mailing, and you have to refund that buyer. Is that something that can be used as a deduction for your taxes as far as damaged goods that you mailed and had to refund?
So let me see if I follow. So you sold something, it got broke, and then you
had to refund the customer.
You paid a refund. So, I mean, you had a loss.
Right. So is that counted as part of taking off your income for the year as part of damaged or returns?
I mean, like I would claim that as a loss, because that was a business loss, and it's not going to have a huge effect on your taxes or anything like that. But it's important to keep good records and say, I had a business loss and this is what it was for. But also I'm also very conservative about shipping. I also buy insurance on everything. So I would refund them the money and then try to get an insurance claim and then get that money back if possible.
Right. All right. So Lisa C says, can you remind people of self-employment taxes? Many sole proprietors don't think of it.
Yeah. So self-employment tax is 15.3%. And that's, that's something that you're going to have to pay if you have a business and you're trying to operate it as a business and trying to make money, and they're going to end up, charging you for it. But I believe part of that is deductible. I think half of it is, and that's something that's on the Schedule C for the 1040. It's kind of fun. I've got the IRS stuff pulled up right here, but yeah, that's something that we have, if I need to reference, it's there. And a lot of it's here in black and white. It's just not fun to read.
Right. And so Iris was saying more of it was. I know about it, but I just wanted you to speak of it for others.
Yeah, I mean, if this is your first year, selling stuff, I would try to set some money aside for taxes. Try to set aside, in my opinion, I'd set aside like 20 or 25% just so you're covered. And if you set aside too much, well, that's fine, because then you have extra money that you paid your taxes and you're good to go. And if it's not enough, then you've still set aside a good amount to help you cover that stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Hello. Welcome, Eric.
And the 20 to 25%, that's based off of if you get somebody like a CPA that doesn't help you get a whole lot of tax deductions and stuff like that. And that's like worst case scenario.
Well, yeah, I mean, so we're just trying to be proactive, right? We're just trying to set aside an amount that's going to be beneficial to us, like paying our taxes. And again, that's more of like a first year thing, because after your first year, you should be making quarterly estimated tax payments, and the quarterly estimated tax payments will be based off your last year's sales.
Right.
So that's, so it's kind of like in your first year, there's some guesswork there, but after your first year, if you're keeping good records and if you're basing it off of last year's sales, then you already know, like, hey, this is what I did last year. This is what I paid. They're expecting you to pay quarterly anyway. So, I mean, they essentially like give you coupons like, hey, this is what you pay every quarter. And that's what you should do. And if you don't, then you have to pay fees on top of that. Yeah.
Worst and best case scenario, say you put back 25% for taxes, and whenever you file your taxes and everything comes back and they actually save you a lot of money, then all that extra money that you've got, you can either leave it, put back for the taxes for the quarter, or you've got sourcing money. You've got money that's built up that you've been saving that you can either source with, or you can just keep paying taxes with just later on.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing is, you're planning ahead. That way you don't get a surprise tax bill. Like somebody just mentioned, Eric just mentioned a $12,000 tax bill would be quite the surprise.
Yeah. Wendy wanted to know about the 3-cent games that you talked about, or DVDs. Say that, is it only when they are scanned?
Yeah. So some stores will actually put a little yellow tag in front of it that says 3 cents. Those ones are going to go quick because everybody knows that it's 3 cents. You're more likely to find video games or toys on clearance that we like to call hidden clearance, just by taking the Walmart app and going through and scanning stuff. And that's what I've been doing in my videos lately. And people seem to really enjoy that stuff because they see stuff and they're like, oh, hey, he found this for 50 or 80% off or whatever. Like, I'm going to go find that too. So I've been recording and doing more of those videos lately, but people seem to really enjoy it because then they can take those ideas, or they can take those things that they saw and they can go find it in their area.
Yeah. Right. So let me ask you a question about this. If you go to like Walgreens or CVS or something like that, I know Walmart, you can go through there with the app and scan. With Walgreens and CVS, is there an app that you can use to scan the products, or you just got to guess and get lucky?
I think they have apps. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't know if they have scanning purposes. I know that they have like those kiosks that you can scan the prices and stuff like that. But I'll give you a tip. If you're looking for clearance at Walgreens, you can look on the Walgreens website, and they will have some of their clearance stuff listed there. And some of it you can buy online and pick up in store, or you can just look on the website and then go to the store and find it and get it for that clearance price.
Okay. Awesome.
Because I found some toys on secret clearance at Walgreens last night that I knew they were on clearance. They weren't marked in the store. And because they weren't marked in the store, I got about a cart full and I knew exactly what I was looking for.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. That's good. That's awesome.
So, let's see. Also, hello and welcome to Lady Luck Junk. That's Danica, and also Eric and Beaumont Picker. Hello, and welcome.
Yeah.
Today we have our guest on the channel. That is Mr. Justin from the Flipping Accounting. is here to answer questions. If you have any, put them in the chat for us, and he will try to answer them the best that he can. And if not, he will direct you to where you can find the correct information. Again, it's just giving us questions. When that 12K tax bill shows up, it is a bit shocking. Yeah, you're right. I would be shocked too. Hello, and good morning to each and every one of you. How much percentage should you keep back for taxes?
Well, that's kind of a it depends thing. If you're collecting sales tax, you'll know exactly what you need for that part of it. But if you're talking about for your business or your self-employment tax, stuff like that, then it's a good idea, like trying to do like 20-25% if that's feasible, if that's something that you can do. Or if you're basing it off of last year's sales, you already know how much you need to pay every quarter. So
see that right there? I sold some Kotex U panty liners for $22.50.
Nice.
Yes, sir. I only paid $20 for 84 packages of these panty liners. And I paid 25 cents a package. So I'm making money like crazy on panty liners, and I don't even care. Money is money, honey.
Hey, good morning, Louis.
Morning, Louis.
Just making a comment to Jennifer. Everybody's saying good morning, hanging in there. I hear that. Each area is different. Yep, that's so true.
Yep.
The area and parish and county or wherever you live. Only good thing about having a source.
Best thing to do is if you're worried about your sales tax, just take all of your money, 100% of it, and put it back.
That's one strategy.
Yep. Hello, Louis from the Lone Star Picking, Texas. Hello, and welcome. For all those new ones that just came in, if you have any questions about taxes, questions about what you need to do for your business, Justin is here to kind of help us answer those questions to the best that he can, or direct you to where you can get those direct answers for yourself on your questions. If you have any, please put them in the chat, because we don't want to take up too much of his time, because he did take this time out of his schedule to come be with us today to do this.
What are some good things to invest in if you're an online reseller and YouTuber? Like,
oh man, I don't see that question anywhere.
Yeah,
I don't either.
Well, hang on just a second, you will.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I think it's kind of an interesting situation when you become like a YouTuber or a content creator, because then in my opinion, it kind of opens you up to a world of more deductions or more things that you could buy for your business. Because if you're recording it or you're making entertainment or if you're making money off your channel, I mean, that puts you in an interesting situation. Like I've had questions from some YouTubers like, oh, can I do this, or can I write this off, or whatever? And I've done some research, and it puts them in an interesting situation that they may be able to claim more things than the average person.
Right.
For like business, for like reselling, stuff like that, I would I would invest in buying better equipment. I would invest in buying things that make your processes more efficient. I would invest in anything that's going to help you save time, because time is really our most valuable resource. You can get more money, you can save it, you can store it. It can grow over time, but time is really the only thing we can't get more of. Right. So whatever you can do to make your processes faster or to save yourself some time in the long run, those are the things I would invest in. I don't have my closet open, but I have a bubble pack machine. I print my own bubble wrap. So I don't have to buy that kind of stuff. I've had friends recommend getting a tape gun, which has been super helpful in their reselling business, which I'm thinking about investing in.
Yeah. Mine's fantastic. Yeah. I would, if I ever had to do over again, that's the first thing I'd buy is a tape gun.
Yeah. Anything to make your business run smoother, or to avoid extra trips to the store. Like around Q4, I bought tons and tons of shipping supplies, bubble wrap, bubble mailers, envelopes, poly bags. I mean, I just had tons and tons of that stuff just because I didn't want to run out and then have to rush to the store to get something.
Right. And that's the worst thing to do, because then you want to spend more money than you really need to.
Right. You got it.
Lone Star Pickerz is more of a statement. He says, don't do like I do, as keeping organized with respect to the bookkeeping. That is something you have to keep. You have to keep it separate from your household items.
Yes.
Expecting Pearls. Hello, and good morning. Welcome. As a content creator, can you Like, as a content creator, can you be listed as a consultant since you do not have any stock?
I'm not sure about this question. Not sure what we're getting at here. Can you be listed as a consultant? What do you mean, like how to get paid for it or what to claim? I'm not 100% sure what we're getting at for that one.
If you can clarify that a little bit more, Charlie.
So what she's saying is, since she's creating content on YouTube and she's not selling anything, then could she be considered a consultant?
See, the thing is, like, I think part of it is like, are you making money with YouTube? Because if you're not, then it's a hobby. That's kind of what we were talking about earlier, is like, if you try to consider it a business, then businesses have to generate income. You have to make money. And if you're not making money, then it's just for fun. It's just a hobby. And then hobbies have certain limitations that businesses, they fall into different categories.
Yeah. I think what she's wanting to know is, like, whenever she gets to creating the content or whatever, what title can she use? What can she call herself other than a content creator? Would it be a consultant? Like, some people get on here and they do therapy. Would that be considered a therapist or mental health or, something like that? So I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that. Like I said, the reason I brought it up is because the YouTube content creator brings up a lot of interesting questions, and I'm not sure that there's enough information out there about it to answer those questions accurately. And I'm not going to guess. So
right. And so she came back with this comment, says, if you're not selling any items, just your services, is reference to that comment you made earlier.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're just selling services or if you're selling advice, then from that perspective, it sounds like consulting would be reasonable. That's something that I've considered doing is selling consulting services, like in a half an hour or an hour block. I'm not selling something. I'm just selling my knowledge or my opinions or what I have to offer. So I thought about doing that as well. But, time, like I said, time is of the essence. There's only 24 hours in a day.
All right. She came back and said, yes, we do make money through sponsorship, ads, etc.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, a question: does a barber charge sales tax for cutting hair?
Mine does.
Well, I feel like every time I go to the barber, they charge some sort of tax.
Yeah.
It cost me $48 last time to get my hair cut. $48. I said that will be the last time I'll go to you. Sorry.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. Hey guys, I actually need to sign off. I got to get back to it.
Thank you so much for coming in and taking the time to come and answer some questions. I know we had a conversation about this during the week. Again, thank you so much. And again, if is there any way somebody can, how can they reach you if they want to reach you, or do you answer personal questions off with others that need help?
For a fee?
Yeah, you can contact me through Instagram. You can send me a message, or you can send me an email to my Gmail, which I don't really have posted anywhere, which I suppose I should, but it's justinthecpa@gmail.com. That's my email that I use for my content and stuff like that. But if you send me an email to it, I don't get a whole lot there, so it'll pop up. So you can send me an email or send me a message on Instagram is fine.
Everybody saying thank you so much. Thank you for your question, answering the questions. And just question: which one of the definitions is purely based on one's intentions, but the basis of one's? Okay, that's more like a riddle. What is the hidden? What is the hard question?
Real quick, Justin, you said your email was justinthecpa at what?
justinthecpa@gmail.com.
At Gmail.
Yep.
All right.
So just go ahead and send them an email if you have any questions.
Yeah.
Simply Dana, just check. I'll put the Flipping Accounting, that's Justin's YouTube channel there, and I'm sure you better catch some of his videos. And he does some other things with his channel, so check it out. I don't have Instagram. My phone doesn't go. Okay.
Man,
it was a great opportunity to have you answer some questions for everyone. And have a great weekend. And we'll see you in the chat again later.
Yeah.
All right. You guys have a great day.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
All right, Harry Humston. Hello, and welcome. Good to see you.
Good morning.
Hopefully that helped a couple of you and some of the questions you have or had. And if again you have any more, he said you feel free to email him, and he'll help you that way as well.
That's right.
There's a lot going on this weekend. I see that don't forget tonight is the YouTube Mass Singer YouTube style.
What?
One's getting eliminated, and then the next contestants will have their contest part go on, and then you get to start voting again for the next week. So that'll be tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern on the Bargain Effects channel. That is Tommy 2.0. I think he says when he wakes up in the morning on Friday morning, he closes the voting off. So you are done. He's done with the voting for this past week. And so, yes, singing. It's a contest where it's called the Mass Singer YouTube style that Tommy, the 2.0 Bargain Effects, had just started this season. And I think from what I hear, he's already planning season 2.
That's right.
Most popular demand, from what I understand.
I'm excited too. Let's get it. Let's get it.
So if you haven't checked it out, definitely go check him out. And there's Justin's Instagram. Jennifer just put that in the chat as well. I know that Jennifer has put the link in earlier too, but I want to check on something earlier. Let me refresh in this. He wanted to. Let me get it here. Come on now. Where you at? Right here. This is the link for. We're trying to get Wendy to 100 or more subs.
Yeah.
Here is her link. For last time I checked, she was at 95. So let's see what she's at right now. Refresh. She's still at 95. So let's see if we can get up over to 100. And here is Louie. Hello, Louie.
Hey, good morning. I'm having a hard time getting this thing. Oh, there we go. Sorry about that.
There you go.
Vertical, horizontal. Vertical, horizontal.
Oh,
I just
Lord
lost
Jesus.
it again. Here we go again. You guys, where'd you go? Where the heck did you guys go?
We're here. Where are you?
Yeah, we're here.
My phone, I have a new phone. It's giving me crap. How you guys doing?
I'm doing great. What about you?
Fantastic, man. Fantastic.
Can someone or Tommy, can you drop the link to your channel for the mastermind assembly? They didn't got it right there. Who was it that was asking? Perfecting Pearls assembly. Then it just put it in the chat. So what you got going on in your neck of the woods? Mr.
Well, I wanted
Louie?
to share some information because Paul was on the other day. He was talking about those garbage pail kids.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And speaking of which, I know I mentioned it, but I wanted to mention it again because what is today? Friday? Yeah, it's my last chance before the weekend because you guys don't do your show on the weekend. So
got to take a break somewhere.
Well, let me tell you, the Cali reseller Luis and I are doing this thing Monday. You guys got to check it out. It's going to be on Cali reseller Luis's channel. I'll drop the link, but this guy is crazy. If you guys haven't seen him, go on Netflix. If you don't have Netflix, check it out. This show's called Slobby's World, like you're a slob. But he's been around for a while. He's an entrepreneur. He owns several businesses. And I don't know how Luis did it, but like we worked out a deal and he's going to come on this Monday, but we're going to do it 2 hours earlier than we normally do. This guy does his show. If you watch it on Netflix, it's kind of like a reseller talk a little bit, but he talks about his business. It's a little entertaining. On top of that, this guy is like the face. So don't judge him. Like he wears a grill in his teeth and he's got all this jewelry. He's wearing like Gucci. He comes up with these rings and tattoos up and down. I mean, he's hilarious, but this guy's smart. Now, here's the thing: if you guys watch him, look at it through the lens of your reseller eye. Think and kind of go, "What's this guy really saying?" Like this guy is sharp. If you listen to him, he's always got a golden nugget or two, maybe 3 in his shows. So I want to pick his brain. I'm gonna pick his brain this Monday. I'm excited. So you guys don't miss it. This guy's like a big celebrity. So he's interesting.
Doesn't he have a YouTube channel?
He does, but this is the interesting thing. Some of the big guys I noticed that they're only worried about this. This is where I want to pick his brain. He doesn't push his YouTube channel. Right. He has 2 main videos, and they're like way up there in ranking stuff. He's got a bigger following on Instagram, so that's his social media. So like he's followed. Like this guy knows big names and stuff. So I'm like, where is he? Where he talks about like I'll go to a flea market. I found this Gucci T-shirt. And he turns around and sells it for $150. He'll
Wow.
pay 3 or 5 or 10, 20 bucks for it. He'll sell it for whatever. I mean, this guy's he's savvy. So I was watching him, and I got an arts background. I got a master's in art. He has a graphic design background. I'm like, I get it now, because graphic designers, they're all about the business. So I'm thinking, this guy is savvy. Like, if you want to learn something different that's not in your comfort zone, just sit back and kind of go, okay, I want to get the crap that he's getting. Let me get that stuff, because he's making bank. But it's not that he's making it and buying it and selling. It's how he does it. Right. So watch, he's like, you ever go to like these galleries and these guys are just talking it up and stuff? This guy's, this is where you can learn your salesmanship.
Right. I want to say hello to Willing and Dylan. That's Boris and Natasha. Yeah, Jennifer has a question. How did you get him to go on with you, Luis?
Yeah, well, Luis did the heavy lifting on this one. Let me tell you, it was not easy. It was like, it's like anybody you want to reach out to, you just got to like start the conversation and get to know them, and then once you do that, it's like a business. It really is a business relationship. It's like, this is what we have, this is who we are, but this is really what we're so. It's like, are you there to,
follows him on Instagram,
steal from him, or just use him, or it's like anything else. So it's crazy. If you guys haven't seen him, check him out. But really, I just wanted to say, can I post in your link? I'm gonna post it. Come see it this Monday. It's on YouTube, but it's gonna be on Cali Reseller Luis's channel. It's gonna be crazy. This guy, we don't know what he's gonna do. Like, he's nuts. Like, for the show and stuff, he'll put his teeth in. He'll put his chain. He'll just go, and he's a lot of fun. But don't let that distract you, because like, if you're a really savvy reseller, you'll go like this. I know what you're doing. I get you. You're not smart, because he'll use that as a distracting tactic. And I've seen him come out with a deal and make $1,000 out of like $10.
Wow. I mean, Thomas said he follows him on the Instagram.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's
check him out. Check him out.
He's
him on Netflix.
Yeah, he's a little fun.
That's right.
Well, his shows are only like 20 minutes each.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can sit back and like, do it like, say 20 minutes. How many listings can you do in 20 minutes? 2? Just say, okay, I'm gonna test this and listen and kind of watch the show and go, what the heck did he just sell? What did he just say? He just, he's a little raw. So like, if you guys are sensitive to cussing and stuff, just put that past you,
Okay, I'm going to put you big for that, because I want you to discuss your Mindful Monday channel, but there's also a question of someone who just came in. He missed the actual talk, which we're talking about. So would you go ahead and talk about it again as far as what's coming on Monday and what y'all do on your Mindful Monday show, and how y'all do?
Sure. Hey guys, so if you haven't heard, we're gonna have Slobby Robbie of the TV show that's on Netflix, which was actually premiered, and I heard the rumor is Netflix is gonna give him a second season. He's gonna come on. He's gonna give his whole energy to us. We're hoping he'll stay for a full hour, but he's got a show on Netflix called Slobby's World. So if you can look at under S as in snake, so Slobby's World. He gets his name from the Garbage Pail Kids, Slobby Robbie, and there's like a little history. So if you watch the TV show, you'll watch it, but I would say watch it with a different perspective. Kind of come in there and say, what can I see? Like, what's something new I can learn? How can I see this show in a whole different way? Because you may be turned off by him. Like, he's wearing gold chains and Gucci and Armani, but he's talking about business constantly. So if you're a savvy reseller and you want to learn, and that's what we're here. We're all here to learn. Go check this out. It's going to be on Cali Reseller Luis's channel Monday. This is crazy. Like, he's coming to the reseller world, and he's a reseller. And I think that's one reason somebody asked, like, how did you get him on? We put it in the question, and is, hey, we accept you. We respect you. We know that you're a reseller. Can you give us a little bit of your time? And that took a little negotiation, but we did it, So he's going to be here Monday.
What time on Monday? What time on Monday, Central Standard Time?
Okay, so if you're Central Standard Time, it's going to be 1 o'clock. If you're Pacific Time, it's going to be 11 o'clock in the morning. So normally we go a little later, but it's going to be 11 o'clock Pacific, 12 o'clock Mountain, 1 o'clock Central, 2 o'clock Eastern. Check it out, Cali Reseller Luis. I took enough of your guys' time. Thanks for
No,
letting me
that's
plug.
fine. That's what it was about. Collaborating and networking. That's all we got
I'm
there.
sincere about this, but I've never been excited in a little while. Like we've had Chris from Daily Refinement. He's given his time. You know, we've had, you know, a lot of other, I mean, and it doesn't matter how big they are. We love like channels that are smaller, and we say smaller because they're just starting. Everybody has something to contribute. Everybody has something to learn. Everybody has something that, you know, this is a reseller community. How do we tie it all together? You know, we love this. We love this game. I listen to you, Trent. You're always like, you want to learn. You're looking. Johnny always has some wonderful stuff to contribute, but he's open. He's always saying, "Hey, if I got something to learn, let's do it." Because this is really what it's about. Keep inspired. Maintain your focus. Can we elevate? Because I'm telling you, there's like you have every day. There's something new. Like you go, what is this all about? I don't know.
You always have to be thinking out the box and seeing what you can do better.
That's right.
Yeah, that's it. You know, like, why are you here? Like, do you think you know it all? Then why be on YouTube? If you don't know it all, come in with an open mind and an open heart and really just be sincere and say, all right, let's do this. I want to make $1,000 out of $10. How can I figure this out? Well, it's all knowledge.
I do
a
know
lot
that
of hard work.
I know every Monday I do the Mindful Mondays. Talk a little bit more about that for those that are new in the channel that's coming in, and let them know what you do on the Mindful Monday and what is that channel thing y'all do about.
I really appreciate that, Johnny. So Mindful Merchants was a concept, and it was a concept that came up shortly about, like, you know, a few months after the whole, you know, pandemic came up in 2020. And I've been watching Cali Reseller Luis for quite some time, and we became friends. And after having a dialogue, we'd always talk about stuff. And I'm like, you know what? Let's give back to this community, because my main concern, and Luis and I both agree, was how can we give back to this community? What would be a good intention for doing it? Because like everybody does resell videos, and it's okay. I think it's great. I still watch them. It's like, you know, what did I sell? What did I do? You know, this is what I'm doing. But what else can we do that is kind of like a little more, you know, like a round circle where we keep going together, connect, and what can we give back? And to me, it's about service, because if you're sincere about being a part of this community, then really it's about being of service to yourself, to take care of yourself so you can take care of others. Like you can have a friend, like, you know, it's just like, what can I do? You don't know about this information? Everybody in the chat's always sharing. They're always I'm just saying, just by saying hello, that's a nice share. Because there's that one person that's at home that doesn't have anybody, you know, and it's like, it just feels good to be recognized. We all want to be acknowledged, but we really want to be heard. So that comes to say, one of our concepts on the show is about well-being. Now that may consist of mental health, but it can be just about well-being, how to take care of yourself, how to like mentally just kind of like keep focus. How can you do things to eat better so you don't get tired during the day, so you can have a little more energy, you know? But also we talk about strategies, which is about money, how to be a sharper reseller, how to streamline, what to do, you know, anything that comes up that has to do with refining and just getting better and having a better potential as a reseller. I think it's imperative. If you can share that with somebody else, you know, why not? I mean, I think that's what, if you guys are serious about community, connect, find one person, 1 week, pick that person, reach out to them, share, go on their, you can just go on their Instagram, or, you know, YouTube helps too. Right in the, you know, under their comment section, just be, you know, be kind to somebody, say something simple as like, hey, I really appreciate the hard work you're putting into what you're doing. How did you do that? Where did you find that? You know, so it's really about communication, but it's also about like, how can you make, you know, better resources by connectivity. Networking is important, you know, learning how to just get along with people, and being mindful in the chats and saying, you know, let's do some proper etiquette. Let me not cuss today. Let me not be snarky. Let me do, you know, because then didn't you realize there's sensitive people out there? They want to connect, but then they don't want to be overshadowed. You know, there's so many different perspectives you can look at this. But if you're talking about mental strategies, you know, we can share that all day. And I think we already do that. But my thing is, let's be mindful. Let's just be a little more compassionate, be out there for everybody, because there's different ways you can connect. It's easy. It's just simple. Just be nice, you know.
And the biggest thing too is knowledge is the power. It can get
Knowledge
you
is
a long
power.
way.
But here's the key about that. You know what's that? Whoever said that, and everybody knows it. Knowledge is power. So I had a philosophy teacher back in college, and she goes, why do you want to take this class? That's not your major. And she's like, there's 10 people waiting ahead of you. And the only way you can get in that class is if you sit in there on a waiting basis, not promised. After 3 weeks, they kick you out. And so I waited to get in that class. I said, I really want this. I want to learn. And she says, I like that. Go and sit down. The next day, 5 people dropped out. The next day, 1 more person. So I was like 3rd in line, and I went, boom. By the end of that 2 weeks, they were gone. I stood in the class. One of the best things I learned was by Michel Foucault. Knowledge is power, but the power in it is the knowledge. So he who has the knowledge has that power. But how do you have the power is to continue gaining knowledge, to learn. You can't, and what you do with that power is different. So it's a 2-in-1. It's a kind of it's like that catch riddle, like knowledge is power. Yeah, but power is the knowledge. That's what you want.
I want to say something real quick, and this is part of the morning show. Everyone knows that I love seen people make their milestones on this morning show.
Yeah.
I want to thank each and every one of you. When we first started this show today, we had Wendy at 95. She just hit 100. So please make sure to go back, because we know how it happens when you hit that 100. Let's go fall back and forth. But go back if you don't mind. Yep. Check out and make sure you still subscribe to her. Make sure you hit the notifications, because as of now, next Wednesday, as long as we can keep her over that 100, she is doing a surprise to the community. Yep. Next Friday on this show. Do not miss next Friday.
Don't miss it.
So you might want to make sure you're
Wendy is one of the nicest ones. Wendy's always there. She's like Jennifer and a lot of the others in this chat. Yep. Says hello. Really kind heart. Yep. You may not get her. She may not be your style or whatever. Go like her stuff. Go just write a nice comment. Give her some moral support. Reaching 100 is a big milestone when you're starting. You're like,
I have to say this about Wendy. When she first started coming to the channel, she was very eager to learn. She kept asking questions, and she did no videos when she started.
Yeah.
Now she has not only several videos on this channel, she's got 2 channels now.
Yeah, that's right.
What?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
It's good.
And I'm so happy to be part of
this community. I love everybody in this chat. I love, I see, Thrifty Nana Horton, and I see Robert in there, and I see Patrick, Iris and everybody, and just everybody. Yeah. Like, I can just, the names go on. And it's just nice. And it's hard to say hi to everybody. So that's why I usually write, good morning, everybody. But everybody's, chill. Everybody loves each other. And it's like, it's just nice. It's kind of like, remember when you were a kid going to school? Hey, so-and-so, hey, so-and-so. You're saying hi to like 1,000 people in the hallway. But you know what? That's what it's about, and it's like, you reach out and you go, hey, I saw that video. I know I haven't watched you in a while, but go on there and write a nice comment. So go to Wendy.
Watch a video and make a comment.
Keep working hard. You don't have to write that you like their video.
She's in shock. She didn't think it was going to happen in 2 weeks, but we worked on it for you, boo. Chris, hello, and good morning. Yes, Wendy.
Johnny's like, everybody gonna do it, boo.
That's right, boo. And I'm so happy for her, because she has started working really hard on her, not only the videos that she does on her channel, but she started a second channel as well with someone else. And it has a lot to do with her area where she lives in the state. Yeah. So
yeah,
that's fantastic. Yeah, I'm happy for her. I know she's working hard.
Here's Susanna. She's also starting to do a lot of videos. She's only 2 away from 150.
Yeah, that's right.
Definitely go check out Susanna's channel, and you're gonna love her videos. You need a
like Justin, the flipping accountant that was just here. He said, "Love somebody, love everybody, everybody love everybody."
That's right. Absolutely.
That's right.
You know what? It's sad. Like sometimes I see some like petty, like just sniveling in the lives. I'm like, y'all chill out. Just don't take things. And I'm like, everybody goes, Louie, you're just too nice. And I'm like, you know what? What's wrong with being nice? You know what? Don't tick me off. I'll be like Johnny. Go, hey boo, don't mess with me. But like, you know what? But we can all have respect, and it's just like that's really what I'm talking about. Like being a mindful merchant is like you get testy. It's give yourself a timeout and get off of YouTube for about half an hour. You'll chill out because you're gonna go through withdrawals, and you're gonna go, I want to go see my friends. Well then come in and think about why you're there. Here's my number one question for today: why are you on YouTube?
Exactly.
Why are you on YouTube?
Exactly. That's a good question. Yeah, because I like helping people. I like building people up, And that's the reason I've got the Encouragement by Trent channel. And that's also the reason I got the Thrifty Pickerz. If you'll go to my Thrifty Pickerz channel,
there you go.
You'll realize all of my stuff is helping you guys learn what to sell, what to buy.
But that's a hard question, Trent. Like, you want to help people. How do you want to help people? And how do you want to help a person today?
Yeah.
Okay.
Today is Fantastic Friday, guys. And if you go look at Encouragement by Trent, I will tell you exactly how fantastic you are. And today is going to be a great day. And you've got this.
And next Friday, he's going to tell you what fantastic thing you've been doing right. Like that'll make your channel get bigger, how you can get your sales higher. So there's different ways we can always look at it. My question is like, how can we consistently look at things differently? You start judging people, look at it a little different, step back, step in their shoes. Really, you can always, and that can make things, brilliant and fantastic and, more unique. So it's like constantly question what your intentions are. I tell you what, you're going to become a better person, and you're just going to you're going to strive.
And what I'm going to say about this is, for me, if I can tell somebody a positive thing, you don't know what they're going through that day or that moment, but just a positive comment or just a hello and welcome can go more longer than being a friend with someone than just not saying anything at all.
Yeah.
And for example, Iris, I have a positive thing to tell you on this one. You have 52 subs and no content, and then she says the word or yet. That means when you start, you already have an audience ready to watch your content.
That's right. Absolutely.
Wow.
And
audience.
With me personally,
when I started here, I'm like, I didn't know anybody. People reached out constantly. Johnny, you were like one of the first people that let me come on your show, and when you were still doing interviews and stuff, you were like, "Yeah, you can come on. You want to come on?" And I'm like, "I don't know what to do." And you're like, "Just sit there and answer questions, or just."
That's right. Base the questions on watching your videos.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, and I'm not a great video maker, but I do love lives. Yeah, but I'm working on my content. So
See, I get nervous every time I go live, and I don't know why, because my personality, I'm a very positive, upbeat kind of guy, and I love visiting with people. I'm very much a people person. I love people, and but whenever I go, especially on my channel, it's easier whenever I go live with Johnny, because Johnny's there to help me if I need help. It's
gonna be a good mentor for you, Trent. You watch yourself. Can I give you a suggestion? You're gonna go, oh crap, why'd you mention that? Keep a little small journal. Keep a notebook. Just could be a little tiny baby notebook. Just write. You can write in there the day, just don't write a lot. Just write short and sweet, like today, Johnny. You write date, and then just write something like, if you have any like dark thoughts or just weird things, just say anxiety. Boom. Just write. Or if you want to keep a journal, I would encourage you just write a couple sentences and just go, today's a good day. I feel like I got a little bit better focus. But read it at the end of that year. You're going to see so many like levels of improvement. And you're like, yeah, why did I think like that? Why was I so nervous? Or what was that? What was the trepidation? Or why was I unfocused? And then you realize it's just different things, throughout the day, so it's always about like keeping a better perspective and kind of like honing in. And then you got your focus. It's kind of like those blinders on a horse. It helps them see straight, and it's like you can kind of follow a better path, but it's like really that's not what it's doing. It's about how can you improve yourself. We all want to do it, but what are you doing to do it? It's like exercise. You don't start running every day, your legs are going to get weak, and so
what are you trying to
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I said, what are you trying to say? I don't run like I used to.
Well, we only see you from here down, so we don't see that pop balance.
But yeah, that's right. But no, whenever I go live on my channel, I gotta like build myself up. I'll sit here and I'll write a whole bunch of notes and everything that I want to cover, and then I'm like, okay, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. And then I hit the go live button, and there's nobody there. So for the first 10, 15 minutes, I talk to myself. And I'm like, hey guys, what's going on?
Yeah, but Trent, who's rewatching this?
I don't know.
A lot of people.
It. You don't know. And I guarantee you, I've had people come back and write me on Instagram and go, hey, I watched your video and da-da-da-da. But I watched it 2 days later, and I wanted to thank you for, you mentioned some information at the beginning. And then, and I'm like, There was nobody
Yeah.
there at the beginning. So, but it didn't matter. They're watching it in retrospect. So
Yeah.
how you come on and your demeanor, they're going to see you, and people are supportive. If they don't like you, tell them to go jump on another channel, you know? And it's like,
Well, the thing
you
is,
know,
whenever I start my videos, whether there's 0 people there or there's 1 million people there, I always envision myself like, okay, we've got 1,000 people here, but there's one person that I'm talking to, because that one person needs to hear whatever it is that I'm fixing to say.
I look at it in the same way. I just go, there's one person they're listening, but there's there's a lot of people listening, but there's one person hearing me. They're really hearing what I'm saying. So there's a difference between listening and hearing. And so I don't even care if there's 1,000 or not. I mean, you know, it'd be nice, but you know, my program's not for everybody yet. And it's like, you know, but also I'm building an audience. You can't have people listen to you if you don't have an audience yet. So, you know, that's structure over time. That's just a given. It's like,
I'm going to give a little
president of the United States.
I definitely want to say a little secret. Iris, I understand you're saying you're seriously camera shy, and of course you're going to be nervous. I'm going to give you a little secret. Every day I turned that camera on when I first started, I was not only nervous, but I was excited. But I always wondered, will I be able to do this? Can I pull it off? And and if anybody tells you they're not, I don't think they're being honest with themselves. Because for me, every time I get ready to get in front of this camera, I'm wondering how many people I will be able to touch their lives today. Yeah. As long as you're being transparent, consistent, you can do it. But again, you have to take that first step. But when you take that first step, it will work. And this is Susanna.
Good morning. Hey, Susanna.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How's everyone doing?
Blessed, girl. Blessed.
Fantastic.
You know,
my answer to that is happy to be breathing. You know, people go, "Oh yeah, you're 6 feet above the ground." I said, "Yeah," but they go, "I understand that." And I go, "Which part, the happy or the breathing?"
Yeah.
I say, as long as I'm walking on the grass and the grass is not over my head, I am great.
Yeah.
So what I wanted to say about being nervous and stuff, and Trent, maybe you can do this too, is, you know how you go into, you're doing your lives and you feel like no one is in the room and it's hard for you to start a conversation? Have a mirror and just talk to the mirror. Talk to yourself.
It's a hard thing, but that's a good practice, you know.
I think it's her mic or something.
No, I think it's her phone. She might have had something come in where it kind of breaks her mic off.
Well, let me jump off in case it's the StreamYard thing. But thank you for letting me talk to you guys.
Thank you.
Trent, keep doing it.
Hey, before you go, I want to hook up with you and get you on my channel. And if you're cool with that, I mean, if not, I mean, I understand. But yeah, I'd like to give you a shout out and invite you on.
Yeah, if just you know where my Instagram is, right? And you're on Instagram, right?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram. The Thrifty Pickerz.
Reach out to me there. Same name. Hey, Johnny, have a good day.
You too.
Bye.
You guys take it easy. Y'all take care. Have a wonderful day. Keep your focus.
That's right.
He's very
all right. The Flipping Accounting Justin says, should I start doing lives? I've been thinking about doing it lately, but I don't want to bore people with taxes. But again, you do eBay, you do Amazon. You have a lot you can discuss with people.
Yeah, you sit down and write you out a journal of everything that you want to talk about, and just give people information. Because for me personally, I would watch you, and I wouldn't be bored, because I mean, just kind of make it fun, you know. People like to be entertained whenever they're
Now, I want to comment this on Pernalini. She says, I've told people I've talked to that I'm not here, nor did I come here to YouTube to be analyzed nor judged by anyone. I just started watching YouTube and do it yourself. That is so true. And look, you don't have to worry about anybody here. Nobody should be here to judge anybody, because we're not judging jury. I look at it this way: if somebody's going to throw stones in my backyard, they better be ready to collect them in theirs first.
Yeah, that's right. I want to give a shout out to Sandy this morning. It is great to have you in the chat. We hope you get to feeling better.
Came in the chat? Oh, Sandy, I see you. Yes.
You have been in our prayers. And like I say, we're glad to see you, but you need to get some rest. Yeah. And don't overdo it. So just we're glad to have you.
Yeah, Robert's got it right. You should do live, just don't do it all about taxes.
Yeah. You can talk about whatever you want to. It's your life.
Sandy, how's
All in your hand.
I hope you're feeling better, hon.
Yes. I'm getting close to your name. Hello and welcome, Sandy. It's so good to see you in the chat. Hope you're
Yep.
doing well and getting better.
Absolutely. And like what you was talking about, talking to myself in a mirror, my family thinks I'm weird because I'll be working on something and I'll just be talking and they'll come up and they'll be like, who are you talking to? I'm like, oh, I think out loud. And I do that a lot. I actually talk to myself a lot, but sometimes I even answer myself. Okay. And that's kind of the crazy thing. But whenever I do that, that's kind of the way that I've went into my videos, is kind of just talking to myself and hoping that I can give out some knowledge that people can use. So
Robert says they're good too. Justin, you got a lot of topics you can rotate in those lives.
yeah.
And if anything, just start once a week.
Yeah.
Cha-Cha's back in the house. Welcome back.
Yeah, that's right.
Go ahead, Susanna.
I said hi, Cha-Cha. I've missed her. I haven't seen her in so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I have to say that you three guys are the most positive people I have come. I come and watch just to keep me up and going. But thank you so much, Sandy.
Thank
And
you.
again, that's what the goal is to keep everybody in a positive attitude,
Yeah.
keeping everybody's morale up. There's just so much negativity going on, and I think this is one of the best things that we can do, and come together and be supportive with everyone. And that's the biggest thing that is the goal that I want to continue doing for this year and years to come.
We want to build people up. We never want to tear anybody down. I mean, if you look at the world that we're living in today, there's so much negativity, so many people being torn down and divided and separated. And Johnny and I have the same vision. We have the same goal in mind. We want to help people. We want to reunite people. We want to build people up so they know that whatever they face, they can make it. They can go through it. It's going to be okay. It may be a rough time right now, but tomorrow is a new day. Yep. And with new opportunities and new challenges and new goals. So, I mean, whatever we face today is only temporary. So just remember.
Hello to Michael. Good morning. Hello and welcome. Simon says we want to all back yet. Not back yet, just for a few minutes. Yeah, definitely need to get your rest, and I'm glad to hear you up in a little bit, being able to come in and chit-chat with us a little bit. We're glad to hear you doing okay. Daz, the Shamrock Pixie, I hope you're doing okay. I know you've been under the weather with sinus issues and things like that, so I hope you're getting better as well.
That's right.
I just had a plan and created a normal video, and if anyone shows up, they show up. One of the other things I did when I first started is I did try to do a couple of premieres. The funny thing about it, I didn't know how the premieres worked. So I had my phone was blowing up. Why are you not in your own premiere? Wait, it's like, what you mean?
Yeah.
I thought it was when you put it up and they premiere by a certain time, not knowing that you need to be in that chat communicating with everybody in the chat. So I don't do as many as I used to, but I do every now and then do a premiere. And that's how I learned very fast what a premiere is.
I missed my first premiere. Thanks to Miss Jennifer Hayes. She sent me a message. She said, hey, where are you at? And I said, what do you mean? She said, you've got a premiere. I was like, yeah, I know. I scheduled it. And she said, but you're not in it. I was like, what? I didn't know I needed to be in it. And so that's whenever I found out real quick that if you premiere something on YouTube, whatever time you scheduled it for, be there in your own video so you can chat with everybody.
So, well, I have to say it was Jennifer and a few others that was in the chat waiting for me. And so thank God it was only like the first 5 minutes that my phone messages came in. It's like, you need to be here. Where you at? Where you at? And so I heard, but I got online and I got into my chat and I realized, you got to be there. So I don't miss it anymore.
That's right.
As we're just going to be on until the chat dies out a little bit, but as strong as the chats are going and the comments and questions, we're feeding off each other. We're just going to continue until whenever it happens and dies out. Hello, Melissa. Good morning. Hello and welcome.
Good morning.
You all heard about my issue with my first and only premiere. No, what happened? Probably the same as us, probably.
Yeah, probably so.
Yes.
It's going to be a fantastic day today. It's Friday. Woo! That means tomorrow is Saturday. Tomorrow, if you guys have not heard, is Super Strength Saturday. So you're not going to want to miss that.
Trent,
Marlene says, why do you care if you have no pictures on YouTube? Someone said, I don't trust you. You have no pictures. Well,
What was you going to say? You was going to say something about the Super Strength Saturday?
me?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was saying you crack me up.
Oh,
okay, Daz.
Oh,
I've been thinking about doing a premiere.
That's
I like
kind of
doing
the
it.
idea.
Just remember, when you set the premiere, set it for when you know you can be in the premiere, and you can set it for any time you want. But when you're doing it, make sure you're in the chat, like you're going to be watching it for the first time with someone, and say it's you uploaded a video for the first time. You want to make sure you're in the chat because it's actually a live, somewhat like a live, that you're not physically live, but you're able to contact and communicate with everybody in the chat.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
No one ever told me that before, but I learned very quick. Yeah. Do you need to be live in a premiere or just activate in the chat? What you do is when you do your setup and you set up a premiere, you do have to set it up at a time zone and whatever time you're going to do it. But it's not that it goes live. It's like a live. You're in the chat with everyone, and that's all you're doing is whatever how long your video is. You're going to be in the chat talking with everybody and answering questions. Because some people do give questions while they're watching a premiere. And so that is one of the things about it. You're going to be in there, at least in the chat, when you do go live. So if you're setting it up for a certain time, just make sure it's something that you can be there for when doing a premiere.
Yeah, I like getting in the premieres and just visiting with people because
you can set it up at any given time you want. Just again, make sure you're going to be there when it happens.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Absolutely.
Cha-Cha, she does have a channel. She has 50-something subs, but she's not ready to do it yet. But again, she'll have an immediate audience when she does. What you going to say, Susanna?
I was going to say, I'm listening. I'm actually reading Perlini's things, and that makes me sad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It really makes me sad, and I think it's something that we should address. Is people feeling that way, and I was nervous coming on for the first time because my biggest thing is people's perception of me. And if it wasn't for you, Johnny, building me up, and Cha-Cha and Kevin Saga saying, hey, you can do this, don't worry about it. Everything's going to be fine. And those words keep, resonating in my mind.
Right.
Life's too short, Perlini.
Yep.
Those people don't matter. They really don't.
And I'm going to piggyback on that. The way I look at it, if they're talking about you, it means they're thinking about you, and they're leaving someone other poor soul alone. So if they have time to think about you, that means that you're on their mind, and that you really mean something to them, and they're just not showing it properly.
I've noticed a lot of times, like whenever you've got and this goes for 90% of the people. There was a particular situation to where my wife had this lady that was constantly talking about her, and she was constantly putting her down and all this kind of stuff. And it finally got to my wife to where she's like, well, I don't even know what I've done to this lady. Mm-hmm. And I told her, I said, well, what is she saying? And she said, she's always talking about my clothes, and she's talking about my relationship with you and all this kind of stuff. And I said, I can tell you exactly her problem. And she said, what's that? I said, she's jealous of the relationship you have with me. She's jealous of your clothes. I said, she's jealous of your lifestyle, and she don't know how to come out and say it. And I said, she's to a point to where it makes her mad that her relationship with her husband isn't like ours, because me and my wife, we've been married 20 years. It's growing stronger every day. And we joke and we kid and we pick and we play. And I mean, we're a great, I guess you could say, role model for a lot of people. And that being said, we try to keep that status to where, I mean, we don't put on a facade. We don't put on, if my wife is mad, everybody knows she's mad.
Yeah.
If I'm upset, then everybody knows I'm upset. I mean, it's just how it is. But we try to let everybody see the realness that's in the relationship. And there's this one particular lady, I mean, whenever she comes around, she's acts all cheerful and happy and stuff like that. But whenever she gets home, it's a completely different lifestyle, and she's jealous of the relationship that my wife has. And you just got to look at it like that. There's people out there that whenever they start talking about you, and you got to look deeper than what they're saying. There's a reason that they're talking about you. There's a reason that they don't like your content, or the reason that it may bring up hard feelings for them, or it may be that they need to deal with something personally in their life, and that you hit a sore subject, and now it's resonated bad with them. So, I mean, there's a lot to it. I mean, just if somebody's got something bad to say about you, 9 times out of 10, it has nothing to do with you. It's got something to do with their history and their past. So
they take the negative and turn it into a positive.
Always. Yep.
that's right.
Chacha said that premieres were created to serve as a trailer for your next video live and allows you to communicate with the audience in its engagement in the chat.
Yeah, that's right. And that's like the lady that was saying bad things about my wife. Every time I seen her, I would go give her a hug and tell her how much we cared about her. And it got to the point to where this lady finally, she just broke down, and she just got to crying, and she'd come to my wife, and now they're actually pretty good friends. It was a long situation that needed to come out. But sometimes kindness, all the time, kindness can overcome whatever it is that the situation is under. You know what I mean?
Chacha says it really well. If they're doing that, it means they're not the actual people to be around. You shouldn't be around them. Artist says freaking scammers. This is an urgent message for the vehicle owners by computer. Yeah, I hate that when we get them. Hello, Thrifting Lobster. Robert, how are you doing today?
Good morning.
Welcome.
Morning.
What's up?
And how are you doing today, Jazz?
I feel a lot better than I did.
Oh my good voice.
Yeah.
But it happens every January. It's just the last 2 Januaries have been a little bit rougher.
Yeah. Well, we're glad to see you. We're glad that you're able to get up and get on with us.
Yeah, I was starting to feel better last weekend, and then Monday morning I woke up and I had relapsed into feeling really crummy. And so I wasn't able to do my live for very long on Monday night.
Right.
So, yeah, it was, let me tell you, NyQuil is my friend. And now that I'm at the tail end, I'm going to keep taking NyQuil so it chases the rest of it away.
Yeah, that's right. Make sure you're over it real good before you stop taking the medicine.
Right. It's crazy. Like, it just, I don't know. The coughing, and then now I have laryngitis on top of it. So laryngitis I can deal with. The coughing part I can't.
Yeah,
I'm sure just so sorry to hear that. It's so hard to hear people dealing with that and having to deal with it. Yeah. They're critical to this like themselves. Yeah.
You didn't hear what I said, did you?
In my email.
I did not.
You said
no.
You said you could deal with the laryngitis, and I said, yeah, I'm sure Tommy was happy.
Oh, yeah. Well, I went 2 years with laryngitis.
Oh, wow.
Where I couldn't talk. So he was very
happy. That's the best 2 years of his life. No, I'm just picking on you.
That's another thing about this negativity. That's one thing I don't like. And so I'm glad that we have a channel and a platform that we can use and turn it into a good thing for people to come and enjoy themselves, because there shouldn't be nobody talking down to no one. We're not more superior than others.
That's right.
And this is a platform for us to use, but I like to use this for everyone to be able to think positive, happy thoughts, encouraging people, that kind of thing. And that's what it should be. Yeah. And granted, I do see things like that happen in other channels, belittling each other, and that's not right. It's not something that should be done. And again, you're always going to have somebody who's going to want to run their mouth because they're not happy with themselves. So I'm glad that y'all are coming into the chat, and we help you each and every one of us help each other to keep a good positive attitude, keep a positive thought. And this will help you let you have a better day just by some kind of positive thinking. Hello, Philly Picker. Hello, and welcome.
What's going on, Philly Picker in the house? What? Yeah.
My mom used to say, when I was growing up, my mom used to say, just kill them with kindness and eventually they'll walk away and move on to their next victim.
Exactly.
That's
Yep.
right.
You know, don't give them the power to do that to you.
And then make them think that they won. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took me a long time to stop interacting with somebody in my life in a negative way because they would come at me, and my self-defense was like, nobody's going to be taking advantage of me anymore. And it did, and it took so long, and now it's like I just ignore them when they start. And
I'm glad to hear Polina says that it doesn't bother her anymore. That is a good thing. You got to keep it in positive to yourself, but also kill them with kindness, because one day they're going to need you and they're going to want you, but then you may not be there for them at the time. So, yeah. Yes, I'm so glad to see you, Sandy. I'm glad to see you doing a little bit better. Who do we have here? What? Paul's on the road? OMG.
Yeah.
I have an office job. Paul, hello.
Good morning.
Polly Wally, hello, Pearl. And Paul. He's having internet problems, Evan, and he's in a bad area.
There he is.
Don't let them talk them to him.
Hi,
How
Paul.
you doing? There's Paul. Oh, you look like you have fog on your camera. Hello? Screenshot that. Screenshot it.
Yeah, screenshot it. That's a good idea.
No volume. We can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Iris, you're absolutely right. Ignoring bullies is very hard.
Yeah, it is.
Honestly is. I feel that. I know that. And you just want to be a bully right back to them. I get it.
Yeah, and it's hard sometimes, especially if they catch it that wrong time of the wrong day, and then they get the other side of it. That's even worse. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yep, you're right. Oh, you got your volume on? Hello? Hello? You're muted.
I got the screenshot captured.
He might have to go out and come back in.
He may be in a hard spot where his internet's not catching on his phone. He had that happen last time. I stopped
if that helps.
having friendship with those people. That's right. Yes, we can hear you now.
That help at all?
We're having some technical difficulties, Paul. Can you hear us now? Hello? Hello? Yes, we can hear you now.
Was it the Sprint commercial that did? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Paul, hello?
He froze.
Yep, he's gone.
All right.
It definitely, he had issues there on the internet. Yeah, he makes it screenshots easy. You're right, Robert.
That's right.
And don't forget, tonight, Paul does have every Friday with Polly, the Dolly and Polly show. Dolly and Polly show. Every Friday at 6 o'clock.
Absolutely. And if y'all have not already, my video links are down in the description down below. I need some watch time, guys. I was going through my analytics yesterday, and it says not enough data to give me information. So that means I'm putting out a bunch of videos, but not that many people's watching them. And there's a mosquito in here. I cannot stand mosquitoes. Can't stand them.
In other words, you're not cold enough for them to not be around, huh? Is that the big city slicker ones that carry you away?
The ones that's about that big around?
Yeah.
You can hear them coming from a half a mile away.
Yeah. Oh, I don't miss that in Louisiana. Susanna, have you been able to watch that first show that came out this morning on that cooking channel, by the way?
No.
OMG.
I got up at 5 and I had a really bad headache and I took Tylenol and then I went back to bed and I got up it was like 9, 10 or so.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I will.
Okay.
But I'm better, definitely.
Oh,
better.
good. That's good.
Yeah.
And also, don't forget tonight at 9 o'clock Eastern is the Mass Singer YouTube style episode 4, Third Elimination.
I can't
Yeah.
wait.
And I did drop the link in chat. I don't know if
Thank you.
anybody saw it. I can
And I also
read
put the
through
link
it.
again down for Wendy, even though she's a little over 100 now, she's at 102. If
Yeah.
you have not subscribed to her, please do so and help her keep her over 100 because she's going to be doing a surprise this coming Friday, a week from today, next Friday, here on this channel where you do not want to miss. Definitely catch it up. I just watched it, John. It looks so good. Well, thank you so much. Link of love. I did that early this morning just so I can have it out for Susanna, and she's mentioned in the video. So yeah, I just hit 3,500 on my. Oh wow! Congratulations.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Also, guys, Monday evenings at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, I go live and we talk about everything, whatever you want to talk about. I usually have a topic, kind of like what Johnny and I do in the morning. We'll have a topic of kind of get everything started. And if anybody has any questions, comments, or concerns, then let's chat. And it usually lasts about an hour or so, just however long everybody wants to visit. But
Yeah, this comment with Dolly is going to be going to premiere. She happens to get the 50 state box. We've been on the works of getting it around the states. If you saw my video that I did, I was the first one to receive the box and get it going. And so if you would, make sure you check that out and see where it's at and what the box is about the 50 state. If you missed my one, the one I did, it is still on my channel. It is the actual first video you see when you go on my channel. It is one that I have in the top box because I want to make sure people see that one first when they come to the channel. So make sure tonight at 4 p.m. Dolly's going to be doing a premiere on that box today.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. I was actually reached out to by a special lady, and she said, if you were to receive a box, would that be okay? And I said, here in the great state of Texas, absolutely. So,
I heard that you were next. That's why I was waiting to see if you knew.
So yeah, I was like, hey, that's fantastic. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. And I also am looking forward to blessing people. So
Yeah.
that's
And again, if y'all don't know that it's actually Wendy, oh Lord Jesus, the Lucky Charm Wendy actually started the 50 state challenge. And so we do this we try to make sure it's going to a different state every time without repeating any of the states that's on the list in the box. So looking forward to it, to where Trent will be the next one to get it.
absolutely. Ooh. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Did you get my email? Oh, that's Shelter talking. Okay. Monday at 9 p.m. live, vintage sales, and Tuesday 6 p.m. So you must be on their channels of those, or donating or rotating on different channels. Cool. Might be time to upgrade then, Paul. Yeah. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, because I know I sent it to it was me, sent it to Miss Carol at Carol's Creative Corner, and then she sent it to Dolly. Now it's going to go back to Texas. That's so good to hear. Patrick, sale and as watching. That is awesome. Is Wisconsin been one of them? Not yet. So that may be the next one that you can send to Trent.
Yeah, that's right.
Reach out to Perfecting Pearls. She's in Wisconsin.
That's right.
She's in my state.
That's right. There's a valuable in Wisconsin, so you got several choices to send to Wisconsin.
Although, I don't know. Sometimes I don't want to claim Wisconsin.
Right. And then again, a lot of times you don't do too many uploaded videos, right?
Yeah.
We do on Tommy's channel. Yeah. And Adventures on the Cheap.
That she would love it, Trent.
All right. Awesome.
There you go.
Awesome.
But yeah, we try to keep it going to different states, and as long as you can send it to someone that's not in the state that's already on the list, because everyone who gets it, you do have to sign your name, put your YouTube channel, and then there's some things you got to do. There's like 6 different things to do in there, and it's wonderful. If you haven't seen it yet, check out my video, the very first one that's in my channel for YouTube, and you'll get to see more about the box and how is it going to be traveling and what's going to happen at the end when we're finished. If you haven't seen it yet. So yeah, definitely also make sure you go check out Wendy's channel. We want to keep her over 120 because on next Friday, there is going to be a surprise that she's doing, and it will be on this channel Friday morning at the 9 o'clock morning show.
That's right.
No,
that's going to be awesome.
That wasn't supposed to start yet.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, I pulled up your link for your cooking channel,
Uh-huh.
and I went to go hit a new tab, and it popped up your cooking. I'm like, no, that wasn't supposed to start yet. It was yelling at my computer.
Yeah.
But no,
Well, I haven't been to Dallas in years. Still super kitschy. Is it still super kitschy?
I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
I don't either.
That's to you.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna get to go do some thrifting. Woo-hoo. I'm so excited. I love going shopping. Call it the girl in me. I don't even care. I love going shopping, and I'm gonna go spend some money. I'm gonna get some great stuff. I'm
That's
probably
the
gonna
reseller in you.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's not the girl in you. That's the
No.
reseller in you.
Well, I used to like shopping long before I ever started reselling.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's because you were preparing yourself to be a reseller.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, growing up poor, not having any money, now I have money, and I'm like, hey, let's go get some stuff. But I'm gonna go hit up Walmart. I'm gonna go try Walgreens and CVS and see what they've got to offer. And there's a couple little thrift stores that I like hitting every time I go out, and I'm gonna go see what they got. And I think I'm gonna take my camera with me. I don't know how well Walmart and they'll be like, I don't know if they'll let me record or not, but I'll be like, hey guys, look here, I got this for this amount of money. So
believe it or not, I don't think they're gonna matter because I see a lot of YouTubers that go in there with their cameras, and they have a couple of channels that just go in there and do different type of prices. I think one of the guys is the unhandsome or something with his. I can't remember exactly his channel, but he does that a lot where he goes and compares prices and stuff, and never buys. He very seldomly buys anything, but yeah, he does that a lot.
Okay. Well, yeah, like I said, the new video coming soon.
All those attractions in the mystery shop, the mystery spot, and Tommy's somebody's robot would among other
Tommy
attractions.
Bartlett, how do you say it? Barnett? Dels. Bartlett.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of Tommy Bartlett stuff around there. There's a water ski show during the summer, although this summer they didn't do it because what was going on. They have the Tommy Bartlett or Burnett Bartlett, I don't know, Science Expo or something.
Right.
We haven't gone there yet. That's why I'm having a hard time with it.
Right.
But where you can lift a car up.
Uh-huh.
And that's like right as you're going down the main strip with all the water parks. And so, yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing. It's always so cool to be your own tourist in your own town.
Yeah, that's right.
So, Susanna, what do you have planned for this weekend?
Her mic is muted.
I know.
I'm here.
Yeah.
What I have planned for this weekend?
Yeah. Anything exciting going on?
I think I'm going to go meet Johnny.
Really?
In Robert, and we're going to go to Ollie's, and then we'll probably go to, I don't know, some other stores.
Yeah, we're looking for any type of estate sales or anything that might be going on in the area we're going to be going.
So we're going to have fun.
Yep.
That's going to be a lot of fun, guys.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome.
In the car with Carol. God help me, because I'm going to laugh the whole time.
I enjoy meeting her up at Ollie's because when we do, we cut up the whole time in the store. And so then we got to, okay, look, let me go get what I got to get, and you go get what you got to get, and we meet back up again. So, yeah. Let's see. Iris says she's going to be in the house and work on paperwork. My whole weekend plans. I already hear that.
Unless you like working on paperwork, that's
true. So yeah, it's gonna be nice. And I'm gonna put out another video today. It's going to be about a care package I got in mail and revealing the merchandise that just started this past week. I do have almost all of my merchandise that came in, so I have a good bit to where I was able to do an intro on the merchandise that you can see it. And that's what I'm doing out today. And then this morning I did put out the cooking channel video on Cajun bourbon chicken.
Man, that sounds good. I love Cajun food. I love bourbon chicken. So
it was good. It was. Oh, we just lost Susanna, and she's back.
No, I'm here. I was getting a phone call.
Yeah, that's what I figured when I saw that happen.
Yeah.
Too broke to go. No, I'm sorry to hear that, Iris. Oh, let's see. Shamrock, Pixie, my grandbaby has learned. Okay, that's for you.
Yeah, business license. Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you. That just made my whole weekend. Did you see Gina's comment?
Yeah.
Aw.
I don't know if I'm saying her name right. Aw.
Gianna.
I think it's Gianna.
And no, I think it's Gianna.
Gianna, that's it.
Okay. Oh, that just made my
I
whole
was
weekend.
watching a
Thank
crawfish
you.
boil video last night making myself hungry. Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's awesome. I seen a crawfish bowl video last night too. I sure did.
What was the same one y'all watched?
I don't know. It's
Are y'all
about
planning on boiling some crawfish? Actually, it's the right season for it right now.
this guy. He don't have no shirt on or nothing. He's just got like a pair of cut off shorts and an apron. And he's like, "All right, guys, we're gonna show you how we cook crawfish here in Louisiana." And he takes and he like throws all the crawfish.
You have some white boots on?
I think so. I think he
Those
did.
are called Dulac Reeboks, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. But I mean,
Yeah, the shrimp
after
boots.
after he got done cooking them crawfish, like, man, I wish I had some crawfish right now.
Yeah. Yeah, very seldom I can find crawfish up here, but when I do, I have to get it frozen because it is from Louisiana. But I would refuse to buy Chinese crawfish.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's see.
Hey.
Can I email you?
No, I said, can you email me at
Oh,
the
you told her
Shamrock
that. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be right back.
All right. Guys, it's gonna be a great day. It's gonna be a great day. I can't
Every day is a great day.
Every day is a great day, but today is especially great because today is Friday and it's fantastic.
TGIF.
That's right. People think I'm crazy because my personality, and I'm always like this, guys, always. And sometimes my wife, she's like, I don't understand why you're so happy all the time. And I'm like, honestly, I don't understand why I'm happy all the time either, but I am. I can't help it. I get excited. But like my daughter, she had a whole bunch of her friends over at the house, and they were all having like a little get together, whatever. And I told my son, I said, all right, me and you, we're gonna go camping or something. We're gonna get out of here. And he's like, okay. Well, before we got ready to leave, we had a big campfire and stuff built for the girls so they could get out there and roast marshmallows and stuff. And I went out there. I was sitting visiting with them, and I was like, hey, how are y'all doing? And we got to talking, and some of these little kids are like, you know, your dad's so cool. You know, I wish my dad was like him. And I was like, thank you. I appreciate that. You know, that's very nice of you. Now, son, it's time for us to go. But yeah, I mean, and I just try to be happy all the time, guys. I try to uplift people and try to help people out and just, you know, take care of people. That's what it's about. At the end of the day, people, that's your number one goal, people.
That's a special personality.
Yeah.
Because it's extremely hard to be happy the way you're happy all the time. I mean, I'm like, if I see people like that, I tend to say, what the hell? What are they trying to hide?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I know. What you see is what you get. So, and that's, I mean, if you watch any of my videos, it's this way all the time. And even whenever I'm by myself. And see, that's the thing. Whenever I'm like shopping in Walmart, my wife will get mad because she's like, you don't even know that person. Why are you talking to them? Like, because they stopped and they looked at me. That's why they looked in my direction. I thought they wanted to have a conversation. And she's like, no, they don't know you. And they're kind of freaked out by you. And I'm like, that's okay. You know, his name's John. And now we get to know each other. And like, I don't ever meet a stranger ever. A stranger is just a friend that I hadn't got to visit with yet. So it's just the way I see life. And yeah, sometimes like if a woman walks by and I say, hey, how are you doing? My wife will slap me. Quit flirting with her. I said, good morning. I wasn't flirting. I just said, good morning. And but she's like, I seen how you looked at her. I was like, I didn't look at her in any way. I just said hi.
I doubt it, Trent. You are a huge flirt. Bull baloney. I'm sorry, but no, you're a
No,
flirt.
I don't mean to be a flirt.
It
That's
doesn't
just
matter,
like
but
I say. I don't know, and that yeah, my wife says the same thing. And like I say, I've been married for 20 years to the same woman, the only woman that I ever plan on being married to, and hopefully I get to spend the rest of my life with her, because she is fantastic. She's been great to me, and she is perfect in every way for me. I mean, she's not perfect in every way for everybody else, but for me, she's perfect, and she's outstanding, and I couldn't say enough good things about her. But
I can tell you my ex-husband was the only man I'd ever be married to.
well, yeah. But like I say, we've been married 20 years, and it's getting stronger every day. And whenever I see somebody, I'm like, "Good morning, how are you doing?" And I don't know if it's a Texas thing or a Southern thing or whatever, but babe is sweetheart, and I about slapped myself in the face. Did you see that? I went, whoop-ah. But those kind of words, sometimes they slip out and they don't mean to. Mm-hmm. So if I call guys babe sometimes, it's just like I say, sometimes it slips out. Like, hey babe, what's going on? He's like, what'd you call me? All right, time for me to go. I'll see you later.
I don't know what you're saying. I was born in Florida, grew up up until I was almost 11 in Florida. And my whole family was like that too, you know, hey darling, hey dear, you know.
Yeah.
It's just something I do. It has nothing to do with any like pet names for people. It's just
right
how I talk. So I know what you're talking about. I don't take it like that when somebody comes up and says something like that to me, because that's how I talk. So
yeah, that's right. There's one lady that works at the dollar store, and every time I go in there, she calls me babe, and I'm like, hey, how are you doing? I don't think nothing about it. It makes my day. It honestly does. And it's just like I say, I guess it's a Southern thing. So if I call you babe or sweetheart or something like that, don't take offense to it. I'm just me being me. It's just come out. Sorry.
Don't ever change, Trent. Your personality is what we need in this world, actually. You know, I'm kidding around with you, but you have an amazing personality. It's infectious.
Well, be good. That's what I want it to be. I want it to be infectious. I want you to leave today happy. And I want you to be like, okay, Trent's happy. Today's going to be a good day. He's excited about Friday. You know, why can't I be excited about Friday too? So you can. It's a great day. But thank you for the kind words. I appreciate that. That's very nice of you.
I really do mean it. So I kid around with you, but I do like your personality. It is very infectious. And you know, when you're sad or whatever, and then all of a sudden you see you and you're like, hey, it's a fantastic day. And you're like, yes, Trent.
Flipping Gooding, that is correct. I was talking about super unsexy. He does a lot in Walmart, and if you haven't seen his videos, yeah, that is who I'm talking about. Another thing I like to do is when I go to in public places and I see a lot of people, and you just don't know what they're going through. And you know, sometimes you see these people in Walmart, and you see a lot of wherever you go, you hear a lot of different conversations that they had this problem, they having this problem, and they're doing this, and they got this going on. And what's good about me when I'm in a place, I hear things like that, and the first thing I say is when they say, "How are you doing?" I always say, "I'm blessed." Yeah. Everywhere I go, they said they'd never heard anybody say that before. And I say that every time, no matter where I go, when somebody's asking, I'm blessed. And they love it because then that turns themselves, they're sitting there and they're upset or whatever, and then all of a sudden they got to be able to smile on their face. Then I know I did what I wanted to do for that day for that person.
Yeah.
How are you doing, Brandon? You back in the closet again. What's up with that?
What's up?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm just sorting music.
So taking care of that music for your school, huh?
Yep. I got about 6 more paper copy boxes full, and then I'm done.
Oh, my Lord Jesus.
So
y'all got some music to file.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Keeps you busy.
Yes, it does.
Yep.
Brandon should just come out of the closet. I think he'll be
let's see. My ex-wife lives about 20 minutes from Johnny. Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I had someone email me, and this is so funny, and ask me, are you coming out of the closet? And I go, I email them back like, what? And they go, I heard you were hiding in the closet. And I go, You might want to check out Johnny's channel if you
Yeah.
if
Totally
it's
different
not
one
what you think it is.
You know, I have to say something about that topic. Ask Des about her first time she came out and made her first video and what she did and what everybody thought it was. You're not the only one.
Oh, I heard
Yeah.
about that before.
So fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was funny though.
It
But
was.
Okay, so I didn't know it was gonna bring that kind of attention. I really didn't. So it was so
is that why
like
you thought you
mad.
might have had? You didn't think you would have that many people on your first day watching your first video, huh?
Well, no, I mean it was just like, for me, I didn't think that way. It was just I was coming out of the closet about my mental health, and
Right.
no, that's not what people were thinking. Let me tell you, they felt bad for Tommy. I'm
Yeah.
just like, what are you guys feel bad for him for? I'm the one that's dealing with it. And then, yeah. Then I had to be, told you might want to rename that live.
I know. Yeah.
That was fun.
Crap.
Yeah. Hello, Maggie Doodle in the house. Hello. Good
Yeah.
morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, everybody has their own way of thinking about that, but I'll never forget that story you told me when you first did your first live.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
All I have to say is I learned my lesson very, very quickly. Maybe not as quick as I should have. I wish somebody would have said, like, hey, you might want to change the title of your live before you go live.
Yeah, really.
I had people thinking that something way different. And then I felt guilty because I was like, oops, that was so bad clickbait. And I wasn't even trying.
That is great clickbait.
And even to this day, I turn red because I think back on it and I'm like, oh Lord,
Yeah.
what did I do? But people talk about it, and I guess it did its job, if anything else.
Yeah. That's
Well,
right.
you really were coming out of the closet with your. I mean, if you really look at it, yeah.
Yeah, and that's how I was looking at it. I was sharing something that was very, in the closet. Nobody knew what was going on, and then I thought it was worded appropriately, but I guess everybody else thought it was something completely different. And the joys of being naive and not realizing it and living in a small town. Just saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Iris was saying that her first time I called a knit blanket an Afghan, the people that I was talking to all thought that she was selling children, not knitted things.
Yeah. That's right.
Well, just like when I moved up here, I'm so used to certain ways of talking, and it's totally different up here because of the way people talk, the way they mean different things. So a lot of times I wouldn't say hardly anything at first when I first moved here. And once I started getting to know some people and then I get to hear it, it's like, okay, I can hang with that. Yeah, I can deal with that.
Yeah. We had a lady come to a yard sale at our house the other day. It's been a couple months back. And she walked around. She didn't say nothing. She's just real quiet. And whenever she walked up and she had, I think she had some PlayStation games or something like that in her hand, she said, how much? And I said, what? And she was from South Africa. And she was like this color, like bright white. I've never seen a South African that was that light color. She's like crazy. And I was like, say that again. And she said it again. I was like, say something else. She's like, what do you mean? I was like, I love hearing you talk. Just keep talking. Just say something. And she said, that's the reason I don't talk very much. She said, because I don't
like ever watched Redneck Resale?
Yeah.
And he goes thrifting. A lot of times when he says something, he has to repeat it several times because people are like, what are you saying? What are you asking? He's asking if something is haunted.
Yeah, that's right.
And they can't understand what he's saying. And it's so funny because he loves buying stuff that's haunted.
Yeah.
And so when he tries to say it and people are like, what are you saying? What are you asking? I don't understand what you're asking. It's so funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
They have some crazy sayings as well. Wicked meaning good. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I'm still learning that, even though I don't get out much around here because I've been staying home a lot. And the only time I do get out is to either go to the store or wherever I got to get things to come back home. So it's hard to understand some of it.
Yeah, that's like bad. Oh man, that's so bad. Is it bad or is it good? Because the way you're implying it's good. but you just said bad. So you got me confused. And it's not hard to get me confused.
Yeah.
Yeah, me neither. And like I had a kid come up to me and tell me they were jelly. And I couldn't figure out. I'm like, no, you're not jelly. And then I found out that it means jealous. And
Okay.
I was like, oh, sweet. No, so I went around and I was, my kids were like, Mom, just don't. I'm
Yeah.
like, what? And they're like, no, that's just not right from a mom. And I'm like, thanks a lot. I love you too.
Yeah. There was
Yeah,
something.
I love the accents too, because up here, when I'm hearing things, it's interesting because I tell Robert, so a lot of times we're watching TV and with
Yeah.
the news, you hear people say like car. It's like, wait, it's a car. They say car. Or there's other ways of things that they say. It's like, Robert, I don't understand what they're saying.
Yeah.
What is
Oh,
wrong
now I
with
get
the
it.
way we talk?
Yeah.
I'm
I
sorry.
love hearing people's accent from Australia. I don't know what it is about the Australian accent, but if I could just sit and listen to somebody talk all day long, just that's like
I'm just,
Irish.
I love it.
Mine's Irish or Scotland.
yeah, that's like
And
whenever
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just I'm still getting used to it. So I have to really listen when somebody's talking that I know they're from here. But
yeah,
again, I'm still learning, and that's just something when you move somewhere, you definitely have to adjust to your surroundings. So
that's right.
nothing bad. I'm getting used to it. So Brandon, what do you have going on this weekend?
Oh, that's a good question. Pretty much just Sunday fun day.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty much it.
That's cool.
I am
mean,
in the works of trying to do a all Lego auction since I'm going to college and I need to get rid of a lot of Lego inventory.
Right.
I don't know when it'll be yet, but I'm just getting stuff ready for it.
yeah, that's right. 66.
Excellent. Yeah. True.
007.
Speaking of haunted, it's so funny. Our school, apparently there's a rumor of a haunting in our auditorium
Uh-huh.
where after, let's see, it was, if I remember right, from what someone told me, it was after the Little Red Riding Hood play they did.
Mm-hmm.
And all the cast members left, all the audience members left. The one person that was there, which was the girl that played Little Red Riding Hood, and she was in a red dress.
Yeah.
Well, somebody came into the school and kidnapped her and took her far away and killed her. Now it's said to have the auditorium be haunted by the girl in the red dress.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy.
The only thing I've experienced at the auditorium was when I was there alone, the lights turned off randomly.
Uh-huh.
That's the only thing I've seen. I haven't seen anything else.
Right.
But,
Like I said, that Worcester and Leominster. I always have trouble saying Worcester. Yeah, those don't make sense to me either, but I'm getting used to saying them. Well, hello, Laura from BMOS Mercantile. Hello. Good to see you. I hope you're feeling well.
yeah,
Is there a reason why he's wearing his mask in the closet? He's actually at school, and so he has to wear it while he's at school.
Yep.
He comes to visit us while he's in the choir area packing music, following music away. He does a lot of packing on music.
Big.
Surprise!
Ah,
What was that?
nothing.
So yeah, that's one of the things too. You have to get used to wearing masks, and the only thing I don't like about it, but again, some people have that shield thing, which you can see their face. But the only thing is, I guess one of the things I'm not used to is when you know you're making someone smile, and you don't get to actually see the smile, but you can see their cheekbones raising, so you know they're definitely smiling. That's the only thing I miss right now with us having to wear a mask. Because I love putting smiles on people's faces when it's just a kind word, just a hello, whatever. And it's amazing every time I say hello and somebody's right behind me, it's like, wait, where's Medea? It's like, no, that's me. Yeah. Wichita. Okay. And Leominster. Okay. That's a good way to put it. It's Sandy Kirk. Oh boy, Johnny, you would have a hard time learning. Yeah, exactly. but I'm getting used to it. You know, I was born and raised in Louisiana, and we just moved here a year and a half ago. So you got to realize with me, I still have the Louisiana Cajun roots with me. Especially when I talk on the phone with my dad. I find that I have that little twang when I get off the phone more after a while, but then it goes back away. But yeah.
If you think those names are really hard to spell, then try this one. That's the longest town name in Wales, England.
And you know,
but the Trent.
I said, and he knows this how.
Well, I saw it on a YouTube video once. This is the longest town name in Wales.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm good.
I'm good too. I'm not even going to try to butcher it. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it.
Right? I don't want to even attempt that.
I would butcher it so bad. Let's see. Remus says, I lived all over the country, so accents don't usually. Okay.
Yeah.
Michael says Welsh. Welsh.
If it don't sound like this right here, it completely stumps me. So if
Robert said he has been there, just so anyone could take a pic. Wait, just so everyone could take a picture next to the sign. Oh, okay. Oh.
John,
Yes.
can I teach you how to say? You know how you say Worcester? I'm going to teach you. It's
Worcestershire sauce.
It's Worcester.
Worcester?
Worcester?
Yes.
Worcester what?
Worcester, Massachusetts.
Worcester?
Worcester.
And then Leominster.
Leominster.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
I know where it's at. I just go straight there. I know exactly how to get there.
Wait, Johnny. What's the matter with you?
What's the matter?
What's the matter with you?
What's the matter with you? What's the?
It's what's the matter? What's the matter?
I love it.
That's like the mayonnaise. Mayonnaise.
Mayo?
A lot of people in here.
Huh?
Mayonnaise. A lot of people in here.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
Worcester.
Sensuous up. Can you give me something to drink? Sensuous up.
It's funny how in some areas too they don't have Pepsi, they have Coke. And in some areas you go to in some states it's Pepsi, not Coke.
Yeah, some of them it's called pop.
And some are called soda pop. Yeah.
So, not some places it's soda, some places it's pop.
Yep.
Water bubbler, fountain.
Just give me a drink.
Yeah, I don't care after all them decisions. I don't care if I'm thirsty. Just something to drink.
Yeah, something to drink.
I
know when we travel, Robert and I traveled some since we've been together, and some of the areas we go to, and it's like, okay, what do y'all have here before we order? What do you have here to drink?
Yeah.
I went down to Florida and I asked them for coffee milk, and they gave me coffee with milk, and I'm like, what? No, I asked for coffee milk, and she's like, this is coffee and milk. I'm like, no, coffee syrup in the milk, and you swish it together. That's coffee milk. And she's like, I've never heard of that. I'm like,
yeah.
What?
Susanna Sandy Kirk says, say water.
Water.
I love it. I love the accents up here. You really have to listen when somebody's saying something you're not used to it. Our Coke here is called used to be just Coke. Take a Coke, or what kind of root beer? Oh, I love homemade root beer.
Yeah. You see, like if we go to a restaurant down here for some reason, if my kids order a Dr. Pepper, they'll say, like, the whole conversation is, yeah, I'd like to have a Dr. Pepper. Oh, we don't have Dr. Pepper. Would you like Mr. Pibb? And then they say, no, I want a Coke. Because if they don't have Dr. Pepper and Coke are two completely different drinks.
Right.
But Mr. Pibb and Dr. Pepper, they assume that they taste similar.
Oh, they're not the same.
But they're not the same. Dr. Pepper and Mr. Pibb are
totally different. I love this about what Melissa's commenting on. Shopping carts, buggies, depending on where you live. And you're so right.
Cart.
Yeah.
I've been calling it a buggy all my life.
A buggy. A buggy is, when you see.
I know what you.
People, that's a buggy.
Buggy is for Amish.
If somebody was to say cart buggy, I'd be like, where's the horse?
Exactly. I know. When I'm up there, I have to say cart. But most of the time when I was say shop a buggy, Robert says no, it's a cart up here. So no, to me it's a shopping cart. Yeah, but it's a buggy. So yeah.
Not a
That's
bug.
Yeah.
Cardboard.
Every
What am I
time
going
you
to do?
go
I'm
on,
going to
you
say
get a buggy.
no, I'm wrong, or you're wrong. It doesn't matter because I know I'm in a different area. But you know what? I'm having fun with it.
Yeah, that's right.
Johnny,
I
one
am
time
a Dr. Pepper.
I went down
The
to
P,
Georgia.
Dr. P. Not yes, exactly.
I went down to Georgia one time, and I'm Portuguese. We have our own way of talking too.
Right.
So I was in the room, and I says, "Can someone close the light?" And they're like, "What?" I said,
Oh,
"Close."
the light.
And they're like, "What?" And I'm like, "Close the light." I says, "What's wrong? Why?" And they're like, "It's not close the light, Sue. It's, turn the light off." And I'm like, "What? No, open the light, close the light."
I never heard of that one.
Sounds impossible to do. So.
I
Right
don't know.
in the root. Ooh. My granddaughter would never drink a root beer because she said that her brother had played a trick on her, put cod liver oil in her root beer once. So that's why she doesn't even drink it. Ugh, that is disgusting.
Yeah.
Buggies are for baby strollers. Shopping carts are dependent on your area.
Yeah. Shut the light off. That's right. You get
At
that.
least you stopped saying making groceries. Yeah, I used to say that a lot.
So I am from Fall River.
In New Orleans, they have this thing where it says making groceries. And so
Yeah.
it's like, you think about it sometimes like, why did we say that? Where did that come from? Where did it generate from? And so every now and then you'll see somebody saying, let's go make groceries.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to the store and get my groceries. I'm not making nothing. I'm picking it up and going to bring it home. So yeah,
Have a grocery.
it's a big difference when somebody puts it in your mind. Okay, what are you trying to do here? Yeah. But when you're used to it and you say it all the time and you're raised that way, I'm always looking forward to changing things. And I understand that everywhere I go will be different, but it's just a matter of getting used to it. It's from the French. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And it's so funny because, again, in New Orleans, they have all kind of sayings.
That's right.
Open, close the light, send your email.
I'm going to see if Walgreens has got an app where you can scan stuff. See if that way.
Well, I know you can do the app itself because you can also, right now they have this thing where you can actually, when you do the app, you can shop and have it picked up and ready where they can bring it to your car outside.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I like it. Like
CVS, Walgreens, a lot of the other pharmacies are doing that now.
Yeah, like Justin was talking about a while ago, I'm going to get on there and see if I can find any good clearance deals and then go in the store and see if I can find something.
Well, a lot of times if you go in the store, though, there's a very small section, especially at Walgreens, where they have the clearance at. I'll call it clearance, but there's very little things nowadays, and it's a very small section. You got to find it and look for it.
Okay.
9 times out of 10, it can also be an end cap.
Yeah. Okay. Well, see, whenever I go to stores, especially if it's like Walgreens or CVS or somewhere like that, what I will do is I go straight to the people and I say, "Hey, where's your clearance at?
Where's your what?
Where's your clearance?"
Oh.
And they're like, "Oh, it's over here. Go down here and it's right here." I'm like, okay, thanks, because that's instead of me wasting time trying to figure out, well, if it's here or there or whatever, I just go ask people.
Right.
But that's the fastest way for me to find it.
Yeah, usually I go to the same place. I know where they're located at. But a lot of times, if I go to another location and it's the first time there, I'll ask. Every place that you go to is going to be in a different location.
Yeah, that's right. And that's like I just figured out with Walmart that Walmart's got its own clearance aisle. Okay, you can go.
Not all the time though, because a lot of times you can find their clearance sections within a department.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We have probably 6 Walmarts, something like that, around my area, and you can go down the clearance aisle. But I found better deals in like the actual departments on the shelves. Because what happens is they hadn't had time to take it off the shelf and go put it on the aisle or whatever. Because that means you get to save. Like I found them $80 helicopters for $4.95 the other day.
Oh wow!
And I mean it's fantastic. It's going to be a fantastic Friday, guys.
Michael says I am an angle pile and use the word cheer. I might be saying that word wrong. I use cheers for thank you. I've heard that a lot up here. And I've never heard of that before until I moved up here. So yeah, I understand that one.
See, that would make me smile.
That word, I don't know how to say that word, but that word means, I had to look it up, means a person who is fond of or greatly admires England or Britain.
Oh, okay,
Just
cool.
wanted to say, I had to look it up because I didn't know what it was.
That's right.
The thing about the Walmart app, though, the only time it'll really work for you is if you're on their Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Do y'all say dresser or bureau? I say dresser.
It's
I
two
say
different things.
Right.
it's
Depends on
called
what you're talking about.
it's
Right.
called a chest of drawers.
They're two separate things. They're,
They're the
Correct.
same thing.
they're not the same.
They're
So
two different things.
So a dresser and a chest of drawers ain't the same thing? Cheshire drawers?
Say it
Not
again.
that I know of.
Because what my mom told me is when she lived in Massachusetts, they always call a dresser a bureau.
No.
I
I should say I don't. A
have
dresser.
no idea what a bureau is.
A bureau is where you would it's tall, and the dresser is the shorter one. With usually it has a mirror on it with the drawers.
But a
Back in the day, they used to call that a chest of drawer or a armoire
Yeah, that's right. Chester drawer. That's exactly what I'm saying. Chester
or an
drawer.
armoire.
So a bureau and a dresser, they are different.
Yeah,
Okay.
a bureau would be more like an armoire.
Yes, exactly.
And usually before you open it on the main door at the top, there would be a mirror in it. When my grandmother passed away, I got her old chest of drawers. We used to use it where it's so funny. I did not know this until after, because she had passed away and we were going through everything and clearing out the house for him. And when I got the dress and we had it picked up in for our house, we didn't notice until we opened the back of the drawer. In the back, she had her a thing from her bras of the size, so she wouldn't forget what size she needed. She had it tacked inside the chest of drawer. I mean, the armoire.
Yeah.
It matters how tall, ligament matter how tall. Matters how tall. Depends on what you call it. Yeah.
That's right. Well, see, like
better clearance at Walgreens. It's after the holiday. Yeah, you're right.
See, Iris.
Exactly, Maggie do.
Armoire is one of those movable closets, and I thought that was called a wardrobe.
That's
So
what
we
I
call
thought
that
too. Yeah.
Because of the Lion, the Witch, and the wardrobe.
Yeah, I guess it depends where you're from. So
Yeah. A wardrobe would also consider being more like an armoire
Yeah.
because of the height of it.
But see, growing up, I didn't have Chester drawers. I didn't have armoire. I didn't have a wardrobe. I had a little round table about this big that had a shelf on the bottom of it, and that's where I kept my underwear and socks and t-shirts and pants and stuff like that. So,
Laura, I can understand that. And she's getting to be a little leery about going out because she's been with it for like 3 weeks, I think, with the COVID. So she's just starting to get over it.
Yeah.
And that's going to be like that for a lot of people too. Let's say a chest of drawer equals chest of drawer. Chest of drawer is
Chester drawers. Chester
bureau, dresser, and chest of drawer are the same animal.
Oh, what?
Where it went? Right here. A bureau, dresser, and chest of drawer are all the same animal.
Oh,
I'm so confused.
okay.
I am too.
It's all the same thing.
It's something with a mirror, and I put my clothes in it, and that's all I need to know.
Yeah.
Got his and hers. We're good.
I struck up a good conversation.
half is your side, half is my side.
That's right.
I have my own dresser with a mirror now, and Tommy has his own. Before we were sharing a dresser, so now I have my own. He has his own, and it's like, keep your crap off mine, and I'll keep my crap off yours.
Yeah. Let me ask a question. What about Davenport?
What?
What about it?
What about Davenport?
That's
I
the
don't
question.
know what it
About
is.
Davenport. I'm not sure.
Oh, it's a couch.
Davenport's like another set of drawers, isn't it?
Isn't it a town?
It is a town in Iowa.
See, that's all I know. Davenport.
I love the little emojis that Sandy just put in there. See, my grandmother from Wisconsin called a couch a Davenport. I didn't know that.
Okay.
And that's what Tommy said. He was like, it's a couch. And I'm like, how is it a couch? It doesn't even sound like a couch.
Well, in some areas,
One of those fancy terms.
and in some areas, they call it a sofa.
I was going to say couch or sofa.
So
Yeah.
If it's a two-seater, you call it love seat.
Right.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's one of them fancy, high-tech, big mansion type terms.
Well, everybody, I want to say thank y'all for coming and spending the morning with us. It is getting a little longer than usual, but again, we're having fun. I do see that the count to the chat is lowering and lowering and lowering. So I want to say thank y'all so much for coming and spending your mornings with us. Again,
Yep.
always remember every Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern. You just never know what topic we're going to be talking about. Also, don't forget to make sure you're still subscribed, or that you are going to be subscribed, and hit the notifications for Wendy at Lucky Charms Wendy.
Yep.
Because next Friday you would want to be here, because there's going to be a surprise that she's doing in the morning show. So make sure you have it all located, and make sure you do the look. When I do the thumbnails this weekend and you see it, go make sure you hit the little notification so you don't miss it. Also, make sure you do her channel as well and get those notifications, because she is doing a surprise and she will let y'all know what it will be, of somewhat of what she's doing. So I don't know all the details. I was just asked if she can be on the being part of it for her on the surprise, and I told her I'd be honored. So, with that being said, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out every day and joining us with the morning show with your questions and your comments. And again, we always want to make sure you stay a good, positive attitude, and look to the bright side of things. I know sometimes it's not as easy as what we do when we're going through what we're going through at this time of the world right now. But again, it will get better. Like they always say, you can always see the sun, the light at the end of the tunnel.
That's right.
Like I always say before we end any and every show, love always.
Love always. Much love.
Love
Much
is always
love.
free. Please be kind to one another until we meet into another chat. And have a fabulous and blessed day, evening, and weekend. Until next time we meet, later.
Bye. It's gonna be a fantastic
Bye.
Friday.